Hey everyone, and welcome to the Let Me Tell You Something podcast. We're your hosts, Christian
and Jordan.
And Jordan, what do you have on your mind to discuss today? Okay, one thing I want to point out just real quick, I guess, before we get into this. You know, the last episode was actually titled "Broken Bonds," and we got a bit heated on some of the things that we talked about.
But it's all good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I just want to make it clear, we're friends. You know, we have these conversations from time to time. It happens. We're gonna have and we have heard back from some people even who have said like, "Oh, I like when you guys disagree on things and talk about stuff." So
you can have heated arguments,
and
still be friends.
It's possible. Well, and it's funny because I actually just put a video out last night at the time of recording. About like how I called it it's basically about how to reach people where they are with people you disagree with, and how to move them over to your side, or at least come to an understanding with each other. I think people have asked me at times I've even had people debate me, and I'm like, I don't want to. I'm not a debater. That's not who I am.
Right.
I like having conversations with people and coming to an understanding, but I'm terrible at debates because you probably had this experience yourself. I'm one of those people where I go to when you're talking to someone, and you probably dealt with this especially in school and stuff, but you're talking to someone and they say some shit to you, and you think of a comeback 2 hours later. I should have said that in the moment, but you didn't. You can't think of it in the moment. But then,
I would say I was more kind of witty. Literally, when I was in middle school and high school, I would. This is pretty bad, but in confrontations, when a bully or someone would bully me, or someone would say something just snarky about whatever I said or what I'm wearing, or just something negative towards me.
Right.
I would always call out, let's say, a body disfigurement.
Yeah.
Or their insecurities. I'd be like, well, at least I did this, or at least I know where my dad is.
I was going to say, you had someone who picked on other people, and you told him one time because you guys found out he didn't have a dad or something. And at least I know where my dad is.
Well, yeah. So a little context, right? In middle school, not so much. Mm-hmm. But when I went to high school, mm-hmm. When I got involved in high school, mm-hmm. I had a group of 3 friends,
right?
Maybe 4. I didn't have a big friend group, which for me was good, but apparently there's something that's it's better for you to have a small group of friends.
It's better to have a close group of friends rather than a huge group of more or less acquaintances.
Exactly.
That's more or less what I had.
Exactly. So I had 3 or 4 really good friends, and we would just we'd go to things together. We do things together. Whatever, we talk with each other. Other than that, if one of the friends in our group, if one of them wasn't in my class, or none of them were in my class, whatever classes I had, I would be the classic quiet kid, right?
Sure.
Where people, why are you so quiet? Why don't you talk? That kind of stuff.
I was never that.
Yeah. And for those of you who know what I'm about to say, quiet kids, kids who don't really talk to anybody, they're observers. They observe. They observe different things, and they observe what bullies and other people that are really vocal, and they're very rambunctious. They don't really care what people think about them, that kind of stuff. That kind of kid would sit back and they would pay attention.
Yes.
Oh, he said this, he acts like this, or this, that, and the other. So I was like that. If all my friends or none of my friends weren't in any of my classes, I was that stereotypical kid, the quiet kid, really doesn't say anything to other people, yada yada. And so there was a kid in my class. He was very much one of the bullies. He was very much a loudmouth, and he was very much a very prideful person. Okay. So much so to where he would even bash on his friends.
Yeah, that's a lot of them do that.
Yeah, it was not okay.
Yeah,
and so I remember like me and I think it was me and a few people were sitting at like his table.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you're it's okay.
Was he like a popular like quote unquote cool kid?
He was one of the co-captains of the football team.
Okay.
So so all of that really blew up his head and ego. But yeah, so I remember meeting a few of my acquaintances, quote unquote, were sitting at, again, quote unquote, his table.
Yeah.
And he's talking about like, all you guys, you have parents. I don't know why he was bragging about this, but he was like, oh, all you guys have parents. My dad, I have no idea where he is, but it made me a strong guy. I'm captain. Like he was using that to like weirdly kind of like because he's not in my life. I rose to the challenge. I made myself greater.
And it sounds very like Andrew Tate,
dude.
Like alpha bro.
He was full of himself.
Yeah.
It was bad. And so again, back to what I said. Me being the quote unquote quiet kid and hearing these things and whole like internal
hearing that he didn't have a dad.
But yeah, so like
you had ammo.
Oh!
You had ammo.
Literally, dude, I could have ragged on half of my class. The amount of things I've heard, I heard from, it was some of the things I'm like, oh, I wish I didn't hear.
Well,
that.
It's funny. I feel that way about like online. So many people self-snitch. On like all kind of different, and it's like, dude, why are you?
They throw each other in the bus.
No. Not only, I mean, yes, for other people, but even themselves. They'll just like voluntarily like talk about this like a legal thing they did or whatever, and it's like, what are you doing? Like, why are you? Like, I don't know, it's crazy. People.
Yeah, it's not good. And
but anyway,
and so I remember he's like, because I don't have a dad right now in my life. I rose to the challenge, blah blah blah, and I took that. I stored that piece of ammo away in case I needed it, which I did need it. And then a few days later, I long story short, I made a pair of these Nike ID shoes.
I remember this.
I thought they were dope as hell. They were rainbow colored.
Do you want to explain what Nike ID is for the audience real quick?
So. It still is a thing, but it's obviously under a different name. But back in the day, back in my day, but back in the day, there was this website called NikeID.com, and it was essentially where you could go on online, and it was all kinds of Nike shoes. So you got Nike basketball shoes, football shoes, casual sneaks, just everything, soccer, slippers, every kind of shoe you can think of. Nike, that kind of got made by Nike was on it. And I would say about 85, maybe 86% of the shoes on there, you could customize. So like you could, there's so many things you can do on there. Obviously you could like choose what colors you want. If you wanted the shoes to be made of suede, leather, like the matte kind of look to it. Like there were so many things you could like put designs like on the inside tongue of the shoe. There was just so many really dope things. And actually, I went on there a few days ago just to kind of look and see what else is there. Like it's still badass. It was just a really cool place. And I remember it was my first time on there, and I think for doing a good job with like a report card, my parents, they're like, hey, listen, we will let you get one shoe off of Nike ID.
Okay.
Obviously it can't be like, $2,000, but obviously, pick out a shoe, whatever, create it, we'll pay for it, blah, blah, and they'll ship it to the house, whatever.
Yes.
And so I did. And I remember it was a Nike, I think it was a Nike Dunk High Rise.
Okay.
And back then I had no sense of color.
Yeah.
Anything. So like
no color.
Like I would put neon orange with blue.
Like blue or neon blue?
Like a deep blue. Like I had no sense of color way. Like
that contrast might work, kind of, but
it
does look pretty garish.
I had no sense of color style. No, like what colors go good with what materials go good with what color, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it was terrible. So I just I put like blue, orange, green, red. I think a little bit of pink on. I just I just threw all these colors on, and I genuinely, 13, 14, 15-year-old me, 13, 14-year-old me, thought it was dope.
Well, I mean, I'm looking up pictures of neon orange and blue right now, and that can kind of go well together.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
You know.
But, I just threw, 5 colors together.
Yeah.
And
but I understand what you mean.
In that moment, at that age, 13 or 14, I thought it was genuinely cool. I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And then it was fast. It was like a week later. A week later, it was like a Monday morning or something. Like an hour before I was about to get on the bus to go to school, they came. I threw those freaking puppies on so quick. I thought they're the most coolest things. I get on the bus. Hey, Jordan, what the hell are those things? Hey, those are the clown shoes. And I'm like, man, y'all just because you don't have these. Mm-hmm. You know, it was so cool. And I wore them, obviously to school. And people are like, whoa, Jordan, those are kind of weird, but also kind of cool. They're like, I got okay compliments and negative, just all kinds of things were being said to me. Hey, Jordan, you gonna go join the circus? I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say.
Okay.
Something really bad. But yeah, and so I was just, man, dude, and my, my ego was flared up. I was boy, I am freaking killing these suckers. Nothing can stop me. And then, again, obviously not gonna say names, but this guy, co-captain of the football team.
Out of curiosity, because I don't really remember the names of people that I had beef with, in high school. Do you remember them?
Oh, I remember.
You do,
him.
Okay.
Because I met him a few years later.
Okay.
And
was he still a dick?
No, he was turned a completely new leaf.
Oh, okay, good for him.
But I wasn't the best.
Oh.
So
you're the bully now.
But listen, but then I checked myself.
Okay.
I'm like, whoa, Jordan, calm down. This isn't past. But but that I would definitely get to.
Fair dude. Okay, yeah, go on.
Yeah, and so he came up, he's like, hey, he's pushing me. He's like, hey man, nice shoes. And like everyone else has said, throughout the day in the beginning, you gonna go join the circus, man? You'd be a great clown, blah, blah. I'm like, well, I mean, I may join the circus and have a good time, but at least I know where my dad is.
Right.
He went away. I didn't see him for the rest of the day. Turns out, the next day, a week
he went to find his father.
Literally a week or two later.
Yeah.
We all found, me and my class all found out that he switched schools. He moved to a different state.
Oh damn!
Because of what I said,
just because of that?
Well, not because of that, but that was a big thing.
That's the epitome of he felt
he was a very, very insecure guy. It was obviously it was at the time he sounded he doesn't really care that his dad is gone. Yeah. But he and in time when I met him in present day, he told me that his dad leaving was a very big insecure. And
I will say, and in that situation, that'll make sense. But I will say that the trope of a bully just being someone who's really sad and insecure themselves,
right,
is kind of overplayed in media and isn't really something that, in my experience, is very representative of the real world. There are a lot of people who are bullies where they are not some downtrodden whatever kid. They're just they got a big head, mm-hmm. and they think they just have the right to push other people around. So not all bullies are people who are oh, like my dad beats me or whatever. Sometimes they're just
right.
like, no, my parents, like, they know I'm the shit and I know I'm the shit, so I'm going to make sure you all know I'm the shit and, like, put everything down.
Oh, dude, I've met so many kinds of bullies, dude. Oh, man, it's nuts. It's insane. But so that wasn't the reason, but that was
the reason.
The reason. But that was a major insecurity of him.
Sure.
And, he left, and, I was like, oh, well, that sucks to suck. Maybe you can go find your dad. Oh, yeah, it was rough. And then, go through school, whatever, yada, yada. Yeah. And then years and years and years later, like way after high school and way after college, me and a good friend of mine, actually two of my friends, we went out to dinner, and I think we went to like a Cracker Barrel or something, had lunch, or some restaurant like that.
You're the first place you worked.
No, jeez, let's not even get into that.
Yeah, go on.
Oh, PTSD. But no, and so we went to some like Cracker Barrel-esque place.
Yeah.
And so to backtrack again, this bully, he co-captain the football team. He was one of those people that were like, he knew, like he had it in himself. He knew, I'm gonna go NFL. I'm gonna go pro. I'm gonna make lots of money. Like he was that kind of guy. Like, I know I'm gonna do good. I know I'm gonna rock it in football. That kind of stuff. Yada yada. So going to modern day, right? Me and my friends go to this kind of Cracker Barrel-esque restaurant. Our waiter is this kind of a little bit oversized guy. Kind of short hair. He's just a kind of looking guy.
Right.
And as he's taking our drinks, I'm looking at him and I'm like, this guy looks very familiar. I've seen this guy somewhere. And and like me, when I get on these types of things, my ADHD brain like goes into like deep
overdrive.
Yeah, I'm like overthinking.
Analyzing.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, where's this guy? I'm looking at my phone, looking like, all right, Facebook. Like I'm racking my brain to try to find out where I've met this guy. And he brings us our drinks, order food, yada yada. All this time I'm still like, who is this guy? This is killing me.
Yeah.
And so finally, as he's like, hey, you guys have a good day. We pay for our food. We get up. As we're getting up, and I'm behind my friends, and as we're getting up, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is him. Like, this guy, this our waiter.
Yeah.
Was the bully. Like, this was him. I was like,
bro thinks he's him.
Oh gosh, like, whoa, buddy, I thought you were gonna go for the NFL, buddy. Like, you look rough.
Yeah.
And so and again, this is where I kind of
overstepped.
Yeah, and so I went back and I was like, hey man, so remember me? And he's like, he replied like the most sweetest guy. He's like, no, should I remember you? I'm like, I remember, rainbow shoes, clown shoes. And he's like, oh, Jordan? I'm like, yeah. I thought you were going to go for the NFL. Look at you now, bucko. Well, it looks like all those burritos at those parties,
Caught up to him?
Caught up to you, bud. Jeez. And I made him tear up. I could see him. His eyes got water, and he didn't say anything. He walked away, and I walked back. I was walking away, and this is where I checked myself. I'm like, I literally stopped. I'm like, whoa. Obviously, in my head, I'm like, whoa, Jordan, what the hell's wrong with you, man? That was back in high school.
Right.
Like, we're all stupid in high school.
Right.
Like, come on, hopefully we change. Normally people change, but some people don't change in life. But no, like normally, we all change. Like, come on, Jordan, go back there. And so I turned right around, and before he could like go into the kitchen, I'm like, hey, whoa, hey, his name,
right?
Come here, If I was fine, I just would have walked away. But
yeah, I'd be like, no, I'm done. I'm done
so
taking
mean.
this verbal abuse from you.
Like,
what are you talking about?
Like that's the thing. Like my nature. I'm not a mean person. I can be. Like I can shoot back and snipe. I can say things.
Listeners, I'm going to let you guys decide. We've been doing this for 20 episodes so far. Does he sound like he's a mean person to you? He's saying, I'm not a mean person. I don't know. No, go ahead.
But yeah, like to my core, my nature is I'm not a mean person.
Right.
Again, I can be. I can choose to. But on the regular, I'm not. And so I'm like, whoa, Jordan, what are you freaking doing, dude? What are you doing? So I call him back and he came back to me. I'm like, hey, listen, man, I really am sorry.
Yeah.
I did not mean to say that. It was just me. It was my high school self talking. It was just, dude, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I said those things. Just I kept on apologizing and all that stuff. And he's like, no, it's okay. I was definitely a big time douche in high school.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I called your shoe. Like we're apologizing, and I'm like, hey man.
And then you ask her, by the way, did you find your dad?
Oh my!
That would be so fucked up.
That would have been actually very, very mean.
Yeah, it would have.
Like I would not have. Well, yeah. And so we're my hey man, listen. You want a coffee sometime? He's like, I would love to, man. We exchanged numbers. Went to coffee like the next Did
you go to Starbucks?
No, we actually went to Dunkin' Donuts.
Okay.
And we talked, and he was about to be engaged. He told me that like the next day he would propose to his girlfriend.
Well, that's something he has that he could have held over on you. He's like, at least I found love.
Yeah, definitely, man. But just my high school self flared up, and I was like,
you were vindictive in the moment.
Yeah, but dude, I was like, whoa, what are you doing, Jordan? Come on, dude. What the,
Yeah.
And so
it's not, it's not like good, right? But I understand why you did it. I understand, it makes sense.
I was saying it for all the other bullied people. Yeah, but I was like, hey man, listen, I'm so sorry that I'm so blah blah. Hey man, I know I was such a douche. I know I was a douche in high school. Believe so we were just and we went to coffee and he told me, I'm about to get engaged to my girl, my boy.
Yeah.
And and so we talked. I mean, we haven't really talked in a while, so I'd probably text him back.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's how did we get on this conversation?
We were talking about like debating and comebacks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So and I will say there's two things on that I want to say. First of all, it's good that you were able to like, in the end, like kind of be a better person about it and everything. Like that's a real like growth moment for you.
Mm-hmm.
There's two things about that I want to say. One, what I was getting at was that like, so like I'm not good with like debates in general as far as like coming up with like what to say on the fly. Because I've had like debates, not like professional or whatever, but like, I've gotten in like heated conversations with people, and then after the fact, I like look up like statistics or some kind of facts, whatever we were talking about.
Right.
Like, I could have said like this and that, but in the moment, like I couldn't pull.
Talking on the fly. Okay.
Right. So that's why I don't do like debates, which I understand is a skill and I could develop if I wanted to.
I really can't debate. Yeah. I feel like I can debate things that I really enjoy, like Pokemon.
I was gonna say Pokemon.
Pokemon, Ben 10.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Okay. Now I don't know really shit about. Okay, so say that we're debating Ben. What would we debate about Ben 10? What could possibly be a?
Oh, so like, is Ben? Is Ben the ultimate superhero?
Is he the ultimate superhero?
No. Oh, okay, so like debate. Superman or Ben 10? Who would win in the fight? Like a full on, no holding back.
Well, the problem is with Alien X, like that's just the I win button. for everything. However, Death Battle did like a Ben 10 versus Danny Phantom, for example, and Danny Phantom ultimately won. So like,
that's some BS.
That
is some BS though.
Well, I'll tell you what, they've done multiple Goku versus Superman as well. People have not been happy when Superman's won, but it's like, I'm sorry, he's just like
Death Battle is fun to watch.
Death Battle's amazing, but we can
like fun debates, not like.
No, I know what you mean.
Not super,
no,
like just stupid, like
for sure.
So
yeah,
but like politics,
yeah,
forget about it. I know, like,
but that's so that's what I mean. Like even like political and like politics and social issues and stuff, things that I do, like on my channel and everything. I can talk about that like to a camera and stuff. Yeah, but debating it, talking to someone else, like where I have to come up with responses on the fly,
right?
That's where I struggle, because I'm like, and then but I can, when I have the time, like my own channel to like pause and like think about stuff, look stuff up, whatever. Right. Then I can. But if I'm like on the fly, like, come on, what's your response? Like, I don't know. Like I'm in the heat of the moment, and I'm a very like conciliatory person when I talk, so I tend to like agree more with what the other person says, regardless. But that's just how I tend to be, and like I said, it's a skill that I'm sure I could develop if I wanted to, but I'm not really that interested in. But anyway, my point was, look, I'm not really interested in debating. I'm interested in like having conversations and meeting people where they are and all that stuff, and understanding where how our views and all that. So that's kind of like how I am in general with all that. And the other thing, go ahead.
And I'm also the type of guy, if I know nothing about what's being talked, I won't say anything.
You just,
So like, for instance, Logan, you'll definitely remember this, or I hope you remember this. I remember when we all went to Patrick's
party?
Like, not that party, Patrick. But no, his birthday party, it's where we went to, I want to say SeaWorld, or we went to some theme park.
Universal.
City Walk. And we were all in our hotel room, and we're all chit-chatting.
Yeah.
And Logan, I'm sitting down, and Logan is chatting with
me and Mark. Well, we can say it's me. Yeah, Mark,
And Logan was talking about
like dating stuff,
like data stuff.
Oh, that was Mark. I don't know. Yeah, that was Mark.
So
they were back because they knew about that. So they.
And I was sitting in the middle, and I know nothing about data analyzing,
right.
That
same,
that stuff. I was just like, I mean, it's cool, I guess.
I think the problem that I run into is that like everybody has something to say, whether regardless of how informed they are, on like political and social stuff, because it's just all around us, like we can't escape it.
Right.
So everyone will always have something to say about like anything, right? Like, for example, and this actually leads into something else I wanted to talk about, but first I wanted to say, no, fuck it, we'll just go into this. So like, for example, there's this thing right now where two new like acting decisions have been made for like pretty famous like fictional characters. One is Grace McKenna is apparently going to be Daphne in a new live action Scooby-Doo that's being made, who's a blonde woman, whereas Daphne is a redhead. And Lupita something, let me find her name, I always forget her name. Let me find it here.
She played Nakia in Wakanda. Or not in Wakanda, in Black Panther.
That was her? Oh, she was the successor?
She was T'Challa's like love interest.
Oh yeah. Well, anyway, so she's gonna be Helen of Troy in the new Odyssey movie.
Well, what do you know?
And people are having an issue with that because probably partly because in Troy it was Diane Kruger, right? Who is a blonde white woman. And a lot of people are up in arms because they're like, oh, they're having a black woman play Helen, and like this is terrible, and she doesn't look pretty enough to play Helen of Troy and all these different things.
So was Helen of Troy the actual person? Was she like the blonde?
Helen of Troy wasn't real.
Helen, really?
So the Odyssey. So as far as
from the Odyssey,
yeah, the Odyssey and like all of the
Because I'm thinking Helen of Troy is like a historical person.
So
okay, well then
Homer, the author that wrote the Odyssey and the Iliad, and I think the last one's just called Troy. I'm not sure. Let me.
Yeah.
They're not real. It is.
So then it's like, I mean, if it's not a real person, I mean,
right?
Who really? I mean, I don't care because I'm not gonna go see it. Like, it doesn't tickle my.
Maybe it was just the Iliad and the Odyssey. But anyway, so but like we saw the movie Troy, for example, right? We watched that a couple years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was pretty good. And that had Diane Kruger as Helen of Troy. Mm-hmm. And look, here's my thing, right? Because people are trying to say like because she's a dark skinned black woman that Lupita is not. Let me find her like. Oh, forgive my pronunciation here. Lupita Nyong'o? Is that something like that? So
yeah, I think so.
People are trying to say, "Oh, she's ugly. She's this. She's that." Da, da, da. She is. And I'll show you here. You guys are welcome to look up images of her. She's fucking gorgeous. Right?
She's pretty.
Yeah. And people are trying to say like there was this one where they're like, whoever made the casting decision of Helen of Troy needs to. This was from Wall Street Mad, is what they were called on Twitter. Whoever made the casting decision for Helen of Troy needs to be fired. We all know who the obvious star of the movie should have been, and they're like Sydney Sweeney. Now here's the thing, right?
Oof.
Sydney Sweeney is fucking gorgeous.
Sydney.
So is Lupita.
If you're listening, talk to me.
Oh yeah, I'm sure she's gonna read.
Yeah, she's gonna talk to a freaking schmuck like me.
Exactly.
Get out of here. But hey,
Lupita
I probably won her over with my
your charm, charm and good looks.
My very non-risible attitude, because I can't riz. I literally cannot riz anyone.
You got that what's the comedian everyone says Shane? You got that Shane Gillis riz.
Well, apparently I look like the bastard.
You do.
You know?
Yeah. But anyway, my point is like no one complains when there's because it's so my whole thing right is always, especially if you have something like Scooby-Doo, for example. Yes, Daphne should be a redhead. She wasn't a redhead in the original live-action Disney thing either. It was Sarah Michelle Gellar, who was a blonde woman. She should be a redhead. Like, I agree. And for McKenna, they might have her dye her hair red or use her red. I mean, we were talking about this earlier. Kirsten Dunst, who played Mary Jane Watson in the Raimi Spider-Man movies, is a blonde. Mm-hmm. She had her hair red for the movies, but she's a blonde. And it's funny because Bryce Dallas Howard is a blonde, or he's a redhead, and they had her play Gwen Stacy, who's a blonde. They mixed the roles around. My point and like the reason that I bring this all up is these are clear examples we're seeing where like like I said, everyone has something to say. Like people will have something to say about this where they're like, oh well, this character shouldn't be played by like a black woman or whatever. Helen of Troy, right?
Right.
And it's like, okay, but why? Like, this is a fictional character. It's a fictional world. Like, you can say, oh, it's Greek or whatever, but like, why? Like, none of this. It's all fictional.
Right.
It's a new take. If you don't like it, watch like the older version. Like whatever.
Now, if it's a real historical person,
it's not a real.
Then
also,
try to at least to get some of the things.
So it's funny you say that because there have been actual, real historical people who were not white at all that have been played primarily by white people. Like, for example, Cleopatra. Cleopatra was Egyptian. She was not a white woman. Yet, when it came time to make movies of her, they often would have her be played by a white woman in movies and stuff. So it's like this kind of thing has always existed. Or I saw something. What was Liam Neeson. He played Ra's al Ghul in the Batman Batman Begins.
Oh, I was gonna say Returns.
Liam Neeson is not an Asian man that fits racial, So like, these kind of things have happened, but people only get up in arms about it when it's a person who has been played by a white actor or actress before, now being played by a minority. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just thinly veiled racism, right? Yeah. But, my point is people, everyone has something to say about like things like that. And then, if you're like more informed and you're aware of this stuff and different things, like you can like kind of speak against those more like racist talking points and stuff. But like, so like I can debate those kind of things, but like everyone, even people that aren't like into like, politics or whatever, have something to say about those kind of things, right?
Right.
My stance on that, we've talked about this before, but like you saw this a lot and still see this, I'm sure, at least a little bit with the girls that's playing Annabeth in that
Percy Jackson.
Yeah. So how horrible people were to her, so it's the same kind of thing where it's like that's what we're seeing with Lupita. That's what we see with these characters and actors and actresses all the time that play these kind of characters. Yeah. My whole thing is, as I've said many times before, I do want these characters to stay true to the source material and to look the way that they do. But I understand that adaptations change things.
Yeah.
And if I don't like something an adaptation changes, I can either accept it and like deal with it, or I can just, as you also say about certain things, if you don't like it, don't watch it.
Yeah.
Go on.
And with that being said, Marvel, hit me up. I could play a different version of Matt Murdock.
Yeah. That's a big one.
I just have to get super toned up and
So that's a big one. Matt Murdock has always been a redhead in the comics. Always. There has never been a redhead Matt Murdock in any of the live action adaptations. Never, not once.
They're racist.
Well, I mean, not racist, but I mean, okay. Although I do think,
what would you call that if someone hates
prejudice? It's just a prejudice.
Prejudice.
But I do think I have no like bearings for this. I would say,
right.
But I do think that like the whole like gingers have no souls and like all that kind of like the anti-ginger.
I did that many times in high school.
I think that.
Oh my gosh.
I think that comes from like racial animus toward Irish people. That was very prevalent like 100 years. I mean, but that's like Irish and Italian people weren't considered white like about 100 years ago or so.
Yeah.
And yet now they're all just considered white because why the fuck wouldn't they be?
Yeah.
Which is why also I don't know, I think people are really stupid about race in general, because I've always used this example where there are people in the Middle East and Latin people and even Asian people that color-wise look more white than many people who are considered white, like in America, for example.
Yeah.
So, I don't want to say so much. I mean, whiteness, as far as like social like and like cultural privilege and stuff, whiteness is a social construct because it's something that's changing. It's just like your proximity to power. It has nothing to do with the actual color of your... I mean, it has something, there's a level that it has to do with the color of your skin, but there are plenty of people where it's just stupid. It's just fucking... I don't know, it's just stupid.
Marvel, Disney, call me. I won the audition for the role of Matt Murdock, a.k.a. Daredevil.
Yeah.
I get to kick some ass, though.
You do. I wonder if you would do... You know what? Actually, I'll tell you what. Maybe even instead of Daredevil, you could probably do a pretty good Wally West. He was originally... Now, he's one of those people, too, where, like, there have been adaptations where he's been played by a black guy. But originally in the comics, he was a white guy. Right. You could play that Wally West, I think, pretty well.
Who, I know Nightwing is Wally West's best friend, right? Nightwing?
I wouldn't say they're best... I mean, they're tight. I wouldn't say they're best friends, but yeah, they're tight.
So, who would you say is Wally West?
If that's what you're... Because it's funny, because I've thought about this, like, with how, like our buddy Logan has, like, worked with me and, like, helped me, like, train me on different things and stuff, mainly in the realms of, like, fitness and dating and all that, right? He's my Batman, and I'm Nightwing. But,
you would be my Flash, my Barry Allen.
Who'd be your... I don't know. I don't know who your Barry Allen would be.
No. But, out of Daredevil, out of Daredevil or Wally West, I think I would more likely want to play Daredevil.
Okay.
Because, like, that way, like... Because with, like, Wally West, obviously, his whole thing is, super speed.
Sure.
Yeah. A lot of that stuff would be, like, CGI. And like
that's true.
I want to like get on a set and like practice.
You want to be blind?
I mean, I can I can have my eyes to be like but like I want to be like on set training with people, you know, like actually like doing the rolls and somersaults and like the combat the combat side of a Daredevil. Plus, Daredevil suits. I don't know. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, but and then I'll say, that's an interesting thing, right? So like, if you were one of those, like if you could be a character in one of these movies, like who would you want to be? And I would say Nightwing or Spider-Man, you know, but a lot of things, of course, Spider-Man's taken.
Is there a red-headed male Spider-Man?
No, Ben Reilly's blonde. No, I don't think so. Not that I know of. Not that I can think of. There.
I could be Ben Reilly's illegitimate brother with red hair. Ben Reilly.
Well,
wouldn't that make me a clone too?
Huh?
Wasn't Ben Reilly like a clone or something? Like, wasn't he created?
Yeah. So it's and it's interesting because like they're doing that new Spider Noir movie, which they're not calling Spider. Yeah, it's a series, which they're not calling Spider-Man Noir for legal reasons. They're calling it Spider Noir, and it's not Peter Parker either, like it was in the comics. It's Ben Reilly, which is dumb to me, but whatever.
Yeah.
Basically, so yes, in the comics, basically there was this. I don't remember what the name of the villain was, but there was this villain that cloned Peter, and they fought, and the factory blew up or whatever, and years later it was found out the clone survived, and it came back, and it was doing this whole thing, and eventually it became this whole thing where Peter wasn't even sure, like, the Peter we were following in the comics wasn't even sure if he was the clone or if the other one, like, no one knew which was which, because they all had the same, like, memories and everything. So no one knew which was which, and then eventually it turned out that, like, yes, we were with, like, the original Peter the whole time, and eventually Ben Reilly, like, left, and he, like, you know, he died and like cut his hair to be different, and he made his own different costume, and Scarlet Spider, yeah. So that's kind of it. I think it went on for like 4 years in the comics, so it was a wild ride throughout the 90s that many fans, like most Spider-Man fans, they'll tell you like the worst arc in the Spider-Man comics was the Clone Saga, because it was constantly. I understand why it must have been so frustrating. To me, I will still never forgive One More Day. Like, that's just.
I've heard about that.
Yeah, this is the worst. Yeah. I will never forgive them for that. Yeah.
Yeah, hit me up, Marvel. That's all I gotta say. I'll give you my number. 925-799-9999.
You gotta be. One day you're gonna give someone. You're gonna give a real phone number to someone, and like they're gonna call and be like, "Hi, is this Jordan from the Limited Lifetime Podcast?" No, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, I may make that person famous.
You might.
And then I'll come by and be like, "Hey, I deserve a little,
compensation.
Yeah, I deliver a little something. Give it to me." No, it's all good. But yeah, I think out of like playing Wally West or playing Flash or playing Daredevil, I think I'd more likely
want to
play as Daredevil. Yeah.
I get that. I kind of feel like Wally would like suit your personality more, but I also feel like Daredevil would be more of like a, what do you call it? Like a like an acting experience, and like a not a strain, but like you get to like test your skills more, I guess, like as an actor.
That'd be fun.
So that'd be cool, yeah. But like, you know, it's I don't remember if we talked about this or not, but I wanted to talk about this months ago when it first came out. Like, stop me if we have talked about this already, but there was a cosplayer, I don't remember who it was now off the top of my head, but she's black, you know, very pretty dark skin, beautiful woman, did incredible cosplays, but people basically like bullied her so much, saying, "Oh, you can't like be such and such character because this character is white or whatever." And she was just doing cosplay. She wasn't even like in like an official product or whatever. Right?
Yeah.
But and they were, "Oh, you can't, can't do whatever." And they bullied her so much to the point that like she killed. Did we talk? She killed herself.
So,
I don't know if we talked about this on the podcast, but
yeah.
So my point is like this level of like harassment that people give on like to like Lupita playing Helen of Troy or
Leah Sabin Jeffries.
Yes,
playing Annabeth.
Playing Annabeth or this girl that was doing cosplay.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's horrific what it leads to.
Yeah,
and I think about this. I think about this often where I'm like, when I was a kid, I really liked Justice League from the DCAU.
Mm-hmm.
And Green Lantern was one of my favorite characters.
Oh, the ones that all have the same body type?
Listen! You need
They all have the same body type!
Not about that! The writing, the character, the world building. So much of the DCAU is fucking incredible. You have to give it a chance. It's amazing.
I love setting people
Oh my
off.
god,
it's
the DCAU.
So fun.
Alright, anyone listening that is familiar with the DCAU, I'm talking Batman the Animated Series, I'm talking Superman the Animated Series, I'm talking Justice League Unlimited, Batman Beyond, Static Shock. Anyone that's familiar with any of those, you know how goated the DCAU is. So we need to fucking...
Listen. Like...
I'm going to turn you on to it. At some point.
No, listen, I have seen a few episodes of Justice League Unlimited, that kind of...
And it's goated with the sauce.
It's good. It's good. But I'm just saying, all of the guys have the same, like, body...
Most of them.
Not form, but they have the same body structure. It's literally like Superman's body, but put, like, Flash color.
Right, yeah.
It's like...
No, you're not wrong. Yes.
Like... the Flash is just as buff as Superman?
I know.
It's just... I
know. I get it.
It's just this funny little...
No, you're not wrong. Like, and the women are the same way. It's like, here's the male body type, here's the male body type, here's the female body type, and that's it.
They all have the same hips!
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Pretty much.
I love setting you up. It's great. Trigger warning.
Such a good fucking... Oh my... Justice League Unlimited is so... And Justice League before as well is so good. And Justice League Unlimited it's so fucking good. The DCAU in general is incredible. It gave us our best version of Batman. It gave us fucking Kevin Conroy as Batman.
Kevin Conroy.
Rest in peace. It gave us... he's Mark Hamill as Joker. Best Joker we've had.
There you go.
I think he still does Joker here, and he keeps retiring and then coming back.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but
hey, maybe he needs the money.
It gave us the introduction. Like Harley Quinn didn't even exist before. Like all these different Mr. Freeze. Well, he existed, but his story was much more different than Batman the Animated. Like so many things. Batman the Animated Series and the DCAU and all that.
It gave you guys.
It's goated. It's fucking good, man. It's so fucking good. You don't understand.
Oh, hey, no doubt. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no cap.
No cap. I'm just saying. All of the men.
I know. And all the women. I know. I get it. Trust me, I get it. Like, watching it again, I'm like, oh, like, that's kind of odd. Whatever,
Nah, it's all
I understand, but, just...
That was great.
Fucking get over it.
That made my soul soar.
It's the same thing with SOAR, right?
That made my soul soar.
Yeah.
Not
soars in pain.
Oh no, like
soars in fly.
Yeah, say that 5 times fast.
That's 5 times fast. No, so your issue with that show is similar to your, and it's also the same because it also has, again, incredible character development, world building, everything. Spectacular Spider-Man. The best animated version of Spider-Man. You don't understand.
Well, listen.
One of these days,
all their eyes are the same.
So what?
It's just...
Who gives a fuck?
Like, where's the distinction?
No.
Before we say anything, every character looks different, but like...
No, not bad. I was going to say... That's the art style. That's the style they went with for the...
Yeah, I know. But, like... Oh, and I know I'll get freaking... So,
you know how amazing... Okay, how amazing...
I'll get blasted for this.
You know how amazing... Oh, never mind, they do it.
The theme song...
S. No, it isn't. S. No, it fucking isn't. No, it's so fucking good. No.
It's like...
It's so good.
It's the nah. Yeah. It literally sounds like the producers went to a drunk guy and say, "Hey, I want you to just groan," and he's like,
"No, fuck you." It's like,
but it's catchy.
That's right. It's catchy.
But with the whole
no, I get it. You don't like that part.
Really?
Yeah.
Listen, and I know. I'll get a bunch of just hits for this too.
Mm.
I think, and you'll definitely, you're definitely gonna get.
Where are we going? Oh no!
You're
not gonna say what I think you are.
I am.
No shot.
I think out of all the animated Spider-Man shows I've seen,
it's gonna break my heart.
I really do genuinely like.
Oh no!
Spectacular. No.
Oh, me too. Spectacular Spider-Man.
No.
We're on the same page. Spectacular Spider-Man's the best. Completely agree. Really needs to. It really sucks that they can't. It needs to get a season
what
3.
is it called? And it's.
I'm not gonna tell you.
It's not. Obviously, it's not Spectacular.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You're gonna say what I think you're gonna say and break my heart. I'm not gonna.
the Spider-Man that's voiced by Drake Bell.
I fucking knew it.
Is it too fun? Like, what's the...
It's called Ultimate Spider-Man.
There we go, Ultimate. Like, what is, as a major Spider-Man fan, tell me.
What's so bad about it?
Tell the people. What is so bad? Well, like, what is the problem with Ultimate Spider-Man? Because I've watched, like, most seasons. I'm like, it's pretty alright. Not about all the gadgets, but...
Right. Okay.
I like it.
So, let me take you on... My journey.
Let me strap in my seatbelt.
Let me take you on my journey with that show, right?
Okay.
Alright, so love Spider-Man, all that shit. Played the Ultimate Spider-Man video game that was released in 2005. Mm-hmm. Found out later, oh shit. They're making an Ultimate Spider-Man show like this game I played, which I knew was based off comics, but I didn't read comics at the time. It's like they're making this. And it's voiced by my hero, Drake Bell, which I thought should have been playing Spider-Man. I thought Spider-Man was a really good fit for him in general. Mm. By the way, he said in an interview...
I could see him playing Spider-Man.
You know...
Or Peter Parker.
He said he played like a parody of Peter Parker in the superhero movie. So, but he said in an interview, Invincible was his favorite superhero.
Really?
Yeah. Dang. Because this was back when like it was just the comics. He was he read the comics. He knew his shit.
Invincible.
Yeah, and
I mean, Invincible really isn't that great.
Really,
he always gets beat.
That's great. That's why.
Hey, listen, he's a great punching bag, though. I'll tell you that much.
Crazy,
but terrible. What happened to him?
Well, yeah,
but like. Yeah, like Invincible, like, does he really...
Okay, well, hey, hold on. We're not Invincible. Let's not get down another rabbit hole. That's almost what this podcast could be called, like, rabbit holes or join us on our ADHD journeys.
Getting triggered over here.
Okay. So my experience, right? Okay, so based on Ultimate Spider-Man, Drake Bell, my hero at the time, like, still my hero back then.
You goat?
My goat, 100%. And then like, this trailer comes out, and it's in a similar animation style to Teen Titans. The 2003 Teen Titans.
Which is the greatest?
Yes.
None of this Teen Titans Go.
So, okay. The issues that I have with this show are very similar to the issues I have with Teen Titans Go. Now, allow me to elaborate as I say that. The show comes out. I miss, like, the first 2 episodes or whatever because it, like, airs whatever. But I'm able to, like, watch, like, recordings of it or something, right?
Right.
Episodes 1 and 2 are like a 2-parter.
Yes.
I watched them. And within like 30 seconds or so, at least a minute, they have this whole fight and everything, right? And, at the end you have, Spidey's talking to Captain America. about something or a Shield guy. I don't think it was Nick Fury. Was it Nick Fury? Okay.
Yeah.
So Nick Fury and he's Captain America, the Avengers. They would have done this without any collateral damage.
Right.
And so he has this moment where he basically turns to the camera and he has this stupid little spider devil and Spider-Man angel on his shoulders, and they're talking to him and all this stuff. And there's just throughout as the show continues. Like, maybe one gag, okay, fine. Like, Teen Titans had little gags here and there. But with this show, there were so many fucking cutaways and stupid little gags that I'm like, I'm sorry, is this an action show about Spider-Man, or is this a Saturday morning cartoon like fucking Fairly OddParents or some shit? I hate when they make superhero stuff, because they did this is why I didn't like Sonic Boom either, originally. I do not like my superhero stuff being that comedic. Like, have a level of comedy and levity, please, sure.
But be serious at the same time.
Yes, like, don't have this,
that makes
can
sense.
you believe this? Look at it. Or, like, he gets put in I remember the last time I was put in a locker. Shut the fuck up. Like, stop talking to the audience and constantly, you're not fucking Deadpool. You're Spider-Man. And Deadpool does show up, too.
He does.
In an episode, which it's funny, they really water him down, like, in the fucking show. And they water down Wolverine, too. But, and then there was, that's another thing, right? There's the episode where, like, him and Wolverine switch bodies. And Wolverine, being an adult in Peter's body, is trying to, like, bang MJ, who's, like, 16. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Or maybe, I think, actually, Peter and MJ are both 15, so... But it's like, bro, like, chill.
Chill, daddy.
Yeah, chill, exactly. You have all this stuff where, like, basically... just all the constant cutaways and all this comedic bullshit, and I'm like, have the levity, have the, like, that's good, but don't all the fucking cutaways and the fucking, like, cartoony little chibi little Spider-Man things and all that, and then the gadgets and stuff just kind of was like,
Where's Iron Man?
Like, I really... that's the other thing.
The Adventures of Iron Man and Spider-Man.
This was the first where he was Iron Boy Jr., I guess. I don't know. I didn't like it.
So that is the reason why. That is the reason why majority of Spider-Man fans don't like Spider-Man.
So there's actually a great video I can show you by Godzilla Mendoza. Great fucking channel for anyone that's interested. It does not just really good superhero and like kind of nerdy kind of content in general. He does a thing like breaking down Ultimate Spider-Man and basically like why he and basically echoes a lot of the things that I think about it, right? I was so disappointed, man, because I'm like, Ultimate Spider-Man is an incredible... So in the 2000s, basically Marvel decided to like make, not reboot as in like get rid of all the old stuff, but make a new universe for the updated generation of like all the Marvel characters,
right?
As if they started in the 2000s, and they started with Spider-Man, and then later you had Ultimate X-Men, Ultimate Avengers. A lot of the Ultimate stuff is weird, like Ultimate Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver are definitely fucking. And it's very incestuous. Yeah, it's not. 100%. And there's a lot of weird stuff going on. I think like Sue Reed like cucks what's his face, Mr. Fantastic. But at the same time, she Mr. Fantastic becomes the Maker, so he's like evil. And it might even be after he turns evil. I'm not entirely sure. I don't remember. And look, I'm fine with alternate universes existing in this way where they're like separate like this and you can enjoy it here and whatever. I don't like when they collide these universes like that. I'm okay with it for like, there was a game that came out in 2010 called Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, which is how I know about Spider-Man Noir and even how I knew about Spider-Man 2099 originally, where at the time, and they really should do a new Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions game because back then, you only had... It was 3 Peter Parkers and Miguel... Now, you could have done Ben Reilly, but it was 3 Peter Parkers and Miguel O'Hara. Now, of 2099, now you can have Amazing Spider-Man, you can have Miles Morales for Ultimate Spider-Man, you can have Gwen Stacy, Spider-Man, Ghost Spider, and if you can still have $20.99 Spider-Man. You can have more of a variety, or you could have Silk, or you can have you can have all these characters, right?
Right.
So you can do a lot more with that concept now than you could back in 2010. And I think it would be really cool too, because I think I think Miles Morales actually debuted in 2011. Might have been 2012. I don't think it was 2013, but it was somewhere around there. I have major issues with like that kind of superhero story. Now I do know there are, especially as it went on later in the series, like they did have like a Spider-Verse kind of thing happen in the Ultimate Spider-Man show, for example. And I know that there were some good moments.
That arc was really cool.
Yeah, so I know
I think that's the only like arc in Ultimate Spider-Man that you would pretty much enjoy.
What I was going to ask is if at that point or any other point they stop with the constant fourth wall breaks and all the cutaways and the stupid bullshit, and they just focus on it being like an action drama show. Because
I think the first either 2 or 3 seasons is the whole the comedic.
Yeah.
But as it gets more into like traveling the multiverse,
right.
Recruiting all the Spider-Men, that kind of thing. It gets more. And there's like death implied. There's more like
because like I don't like
I mean, they're sure they have their little quips and whatever, but there's none of the like the Spider Angel Spider. There's really not any of that.
Yeah, because like okay, so like I really like going back to like 90s like cartoons and stuff. Spider-Man the animated series. I also like X-Men the animated series, fucking goated. Iron Man the animated series, Hulk the animated series, all that shit was great. But Spider-Man the animated series was how I was introduced to Spider-Man. And in that show, there are several moments where he talks to himself. Now, granted, he self-monologues, like, in the comics and stuff, in general, right? So talking to himself and, like, the audience hearing it, I'm okay with. He doesn't turn to the audience and he's like, oh, what do you guys think of it? Like, it's like, it's isn't fucking Dora the Explorer.
Did he ever say... I'm swinging through the city. I'm Spider-Man.
Never said that.
Swinging through the city. I'm Spider-Man.
So for context, when Jordan was over here a lot, and before he had his own place, and he would he'd crash here a lot.
I was here for refuge. I was escaping the government.
You were escaping, all right. He'd crash on my couch. And I'd like wake up to him playing either Spider-Man or Spider-Man 2 on my PS5, and he'd play it, and we had this bit where I don't know how it started happening, but when playing Swing Through the City, one of us I started going like swinging through the city. I'm Spider-Man, and we would keep up that kind of like jokey kind of. But I took it to a different level.
Oh gosh, jeez! Good thing superheroes don't exist.
Where he'd be like playing the game, and like he'd like rescue someone that needed help, and he's like carrying them through to like get to like an ambulance or whatever, and.
On the rooftops.
Yeah, I'm taking them on the rooftops.
Skyscrapers.
Yeah, and I'm like talking to Spider-Man. I'm like, it's real good that I was able to come say, oh yeah, thank you so much for saving Spider-Man. Yeah, it's real good I was here. Like, I don't know what would happen if I wasn't here to save you. I don't know either. I'm real glad you're here to save me. Yeah, I'm real glad too. It's nice to be appreciated. I'm sure it is, Spider-Man. I appreciate all kind of stuff that you do. Yeah, I'm sure you do.
It would be shaped by slips.
Well, no, yeah, I mean, you would get to, but basically, it just gets more and more unhinged as far as like, sometimes a hero needs more than just appreciation. I work like so hard for you guys for free. I do all this, but sometimes, get a little, some. And he's, we're pretty high up, aren't we? Yeah, I guess the rest of it, yeah. I wonder what would happen if, I got you. Like, I dropped some dark stuff, shit like
it's
that.
It's like,
that was close. Wow, like almost kind of like, like Homelander a little bit, right? In like with the plane scene or like the, go ahead. jump, shit like that.
That's
right? That was so dark. That was probably the darkest moment, I think, in the.
Yeah, I'm and on that, I'm kind of not on that, but as a little side thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready to start watching The Boys.
Season 5, the last season.
The last season. So you know it's going to go on.
It's going to be fucking awesome.
I wonder how it's going to end.
Well, alright, spoilers for like a 20-plus-year-old comic series. But in the comics, it ends with, I don't remember all the details, but basically like Butcher, I think, plants a bomb inside himself or inside someone. So one of the things is that like, it's found out that Homelander is basically a clone. And the real Homelander...
He's Black Noir?
Yes, and the real Homelander is Black Noir, who's there to, like, take him down, basically. And you have this moment where, like, all the superheroes, like, fly to the White House, and they take over the White House and all this different stuff. And, but anyway, Butcher has this moment where he, like, blows, like, everyone up or something. Not, like, the world or whatever, but, like, a bunch of soups and everything. And I don't think they're going to go that direction. I think this is going to be... Because it's... I would say The Boys is loosely based on the comics. It's a lot different than... Because, like, for one thing, the superpower that Huey gets when he's forced the injection by Butcher in the comics is super strength. Because he goes to punch someone, not knowing his own strength at all, and accidentally kills him. And, like... He feels horrible about it, whereas Butcher and everyone was like, "Hey, great job!" What do you mean, great? I just punched his head up. It's like, yeah, so yeah, you got that right, super cunt, shit like that, right? So but I'm not super far into. I think I'm up to like Herogasm or something. I'm not super far into the comics right now, but yeah, it's a very good comic. Now I will say Garth Ennis, who wrote The Boys, fucking hates superheroes. Like, he very clearly has a strong disdain for superheroes. I don't think Eric Kripke or any of the people working on Supernatural, The Boys, hate superheroes. I think they like superheroes. I do think they love superheroes, and they think, and it's really interesting, too, with how... what I wonder, also? I don't know, it might be too... So, they've done a lot of, like, current commentary on stuff, right? I wonder if they're going to have any variation on, like, the files. Like, there's the soup files or something like that, right? Instead of the Epstein files.
Who's been at it since the very beginning.
I'm sure Homelander's going to be one of the Deep. But he might be a victim to, like, we don't know.
The Deep is actually the one who's orchestrated everything.
Well, I mean, he was a part of that gross fraternity, so I mean, that's quite possible.
Speak about fraternities.
What about them?
Have you heard that new hazing of the fraternity?
What do you know? What are you talking about?
I think it's like 30 like young guys at like I think like Oregon State or something like that, where like cops get called on them because they're doing something just super...
What are they doing?
I don't know what they were doing, but the cop went into like the frat house.
Yeah.
And like I guess one of like the sorority guys or whatever, or fraternity guys.
Sorority or girls.
Yeah. This fraternity guy, he was like, "Hey, you guys need to come downstairs to the basement now. They're about to do something." And I guess I think it's like 2 or 3 cops are going down into this basement in this fraternity house. And in this basement, there's like 30 of these fraternity guys all standing in like a line with their shirts off. And this cop's like, "Hey guys, we heard that some pretty dangerous and weird stuff was going on. What are we doing?" And they're just standing there staring. And this cop has a GoPro on, like a camera thing.
Well, it probably has a body cam on it.
Yeah, body cam. And all these fraternity guys are just standing there staring at these cops. And then these cops are like, "Hey guys, you need to stop this shit. Whatever it is you're doing, you guys need to come on upstairs and like do whatever. Like, you guys need to stop." And I think it was like a 30-minute long video, and these fraternity guys are just standing there down in this basement in the dark with only a flashlight. It was really weird. It's like, yeah, it was very strange. I don't think I watched the whole thing, but yeah, it was just weird. man, that's the thing. It's like the whole hazing process.
Yeah. So I was gonna.
That's something, man. They make up some wild stuff.
So I'm looking this like specific thing up.
Yeah, I don't think it's Oregon. It's some state.
Well, I do see something about
maybe it is Oregon.
University of Oregon. A college student had died following a fraternity rush event at Northern Arizona University. No, that's Arizona. My bad. Prompting criminal hazing investigation. So here's the thing. I've never been to college. I've never been in a fraternity, anything like that. But what I've seen, especially like in movies and stuff, and what I've heard about from people, hazing, for one, I don't really, and like they do it in like the military and stuff too. I don't really think like hazing should be a thing. Because for one, a lot of it is just like basically rape, or at least sexual assault. Well, that is rape, but like I should say either sexual assault or I guess like some kind of sexual impropriety. Like okay, common things might be things like do like a panty raid, like steal like the girls, like steal so many girls' panties, or like take like nudes, like fuck so many girls or whatever,
right?
And, like, have footage of you. Or pictures or whatever.
Gosh.
And that's just revenge porn and stuff. So it's like, there's crazy things that people do. But, I don't know, a lot of them are...
Do something that's non-crazy, like, I don't know.
Well, that's the problem. Like, for it to be a fraternity, like a test to get in,
you have to do
initiation
something.
Has to be something really crazy and stuff, yeah.
Like, if I was in a fraternity, and my, fraternity, whatever they're called, dads, leaders, or group, I don't know, whatever they're called... Like, hey, you're in order to be, inducted into the fraternity, right? You guys have to come downstairs in the basement with us. Oh, hell no! I will gladly not be a part of a fraternity.
Well, and what that makes me think, like, all the guys had their shirts off and everything. I'm like, are they gonna like?
It was creepy.
Well, I'm wondering if it's a weird like cult thing, or if it's like we're gonna gangbang this person and hopefully it's consensual.
Yeah.
But like if it's not, like goddamn, that is a fucking crime.
Yeah.
But
yeah, there was another one where these 4 new fraternity guys, they were all around again in a basement.
Yeah.
Why the basement?
Because it's like a hidden away area.
Right. So these four new fraternity guys, they were like circled around a pole in the basement, blindfolded, and there were other fraternity members like circling them like around the walls.
Yeah.
And they were throwing food. Like all of them were throwing food at these 4 guys. I guess that was like their hazing thing. Or whatever.
I mean, to me, that's stupid. That's not like the worst, but that's still stupid. But other things will be things that'll like nearly get you in trouble. It'll be like, I don't know, fucking like do something to like fuck up like the dean's car.
Yeah, something.
Or do something to like defacing some like
something stupid or dangerous.
Or yeah, exactly. Like it's not like, I don't know. I don't think hazing should be a thing. A lot of them are like pretty gay. Like I don't know.
I believe it.
Let every guy like spank your naked ass or something. I don't know, some shit like that, right? Like
I'll go back to my dorm, fellas.
It's like, bro, like
I'll go back to not being in.
You guys, like if you're gay, like it's okay. You can be gay. Just like none of this fucking like harassment. I don't know. It's because that's like a lot of it really just boils down to harassment. It's just I don't know. I think it's stupid.
Or something like I'll put 4 random ingredients in a blender, blend it up, and you gotta drink it.
Sure.
Like something like that's
until someone decides to put like ketamine or something in one of them and they're like, well, it's a 4th random ingredient. Like, okay, piece of shit.
Jeez.
I don't know. It's not. No. I don't know. Or like black tar heroin or something. Like, oh well, there you go, 4 random ingredient. Fuck you. I don't know. I don't think that. I don't know. I think there's a lot of things that are normalized about like fraternities and sororities that are not okay. And I think that's the kind of stuff.
No.
I think that kind of like, I don't know, hazing and Hell Week and all that.
A lot of it can be pretty bad and dangerous.
Yeah, it's just not. I don't know. It's not good. I don't think it's good. Anyway, what were we talking about before that? You said like speaking of hazing. Oh, we were talking about the boys.
Right.
And then before that, we were talking about.
We're
talking about Invincible briefly.
We're trying to find our way back to the original trail, folks.
We're going back the other way. Well, we were talking about, because you asked me about like Ultimate Spider-Man and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. So now I do know the reason why most Spider-Man fans, and by most I'd say 87%, don't like Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's not good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's similar to like the issues that you and many others have with like Teen Titans Go.
Right.
It's not the same because it's not the same type of show, but it made me feel the same kind of way, if that makes sense.
Right.
So yeah, that's kind of how I would put it.
Okay, but, that's understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
You know what's actually? So this is, we watched a video recently on like if you were to reboot the like if you rebooted like Spider-Man, what would that look like? So what I'm curious. If you, not even talking about like casting or whatever, I don't really care about that per se, but if you were to design like your own, like you were making your own, we'll say Spider-Man series, right?
Okay.
How would you set up? How would you like reboot it and everything? If you reboot it, it doesn't have. It could be a series. It can be live action. It can be an animated thing. Because I feel like my answer is going to be pretty boring. But I think it could work, and I think it has the most chance of success. I guess.
Oh man, that's such a big thing to think about. How would you reboot Spider-Man? Or like if you wanted to do like a Blue Beetle series or any other superhero that you like, how would you know what I mean? How would you? Right. So
or Percy Jackson. We're already seeing that.
Yeah. So a reboot Spider-Man, how I would want it to go. Yeah, I would kind of get away from the whole teenager becomes. I mean, that's a pretty famous trope or whatever.
Sure.
But I would probably have him start like in college, like he becomes Spider-Man in college, because like college, like you have like free time to whereas high school you obviously don't. Obviously it's high school,
right.
So I would have him start in college.
Sure. And you know what? That's what the Spider-Man the animated series back in '94 did. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, so I would have him start off in college. I feel like I'll keep how the Amazing Spider-Man how he got bit like
sneaking in and everything.
Yeah. Okay. I'd probably have that kind of same thing happen. To where he would get it from Oscorp, that kind of thing. Yeah, so that whole thing, and so like my process that I would want him to become Spider-Man would be I don't know if it's been done before. I mean, maybe, I don't know, but I kind of think that's pretty cool. Like he obviously gets bit, like on the wrist or wherever. And so he goes back to his dorm, and it's like the start of the weekend or whatever, right? And he has no classes for the next like day or two or whatever. And so he like goes to sleep, but while he's sleeping, he gets like he starts to get encased in a cocoon type of thing.
Oh,
like a real kind of like. Yeah, like a real cocoon type of thing, and like inside, like this, he's gaining all the spider abilities. He's not turning into like a man spider.
How familiar are you with the comics?
Not familiar at all.
Okay, because in like 2000,
I've never read a superhero comic.
Okay, because in like 2007, there was this event. I think it was called like the Spider Totem event or something. But basically, they had this moment where Peter went into a webbing cocoon.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, and like when he came out, he had like organic webbing for one thing.
Love
and one
that.
of the things, eventually they did away with it after One More Day and all that, but I hate One More Day for a lot of reasons. So, so you're definitely
So the whole thing. I
learned. Okay, real quick, I just want to say because I'm team organic webbing as well, but I learned something recently that is actually it makes sense, but apparently the reason that organic webbing was so important is because a big part of Spider-Man's with the Raimi movies, a big part of Spider-Man's him becoming Spider-Man was meant to be a metaphor for puberty and entering manhood. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the webbing was literally, when James Cameron originally was doing it and then when Raimi brought it on board, it was literally designed as a metaphor for cum. A metaphor for ejaculation, because that's part of puberty and ejaculation. Okay. And I just think, that, fine, okay, whatever, I'm good with that. But I just think that webbing being organic makes more sense because he's Spider-Man.
Yes! That's the thing! It's like...
Why would he have all the other powers of a spider but not web? Doesn't make sense.
Well, it's when you think of a spider, what's one of the things you think of?
Killing it because it's in my way.
A spider spins its own webs. It comes from the spider, not some thing you put on a spider. No. It comes from the spider.
Yeah, it's when I thankfully on rare occasion, but when I find spiders in my apartment or anything, they're on webs. So having all the abilities, wall crawling, spider sense, enhanced strength, all that kind of stuff. But spider sense is not a real thing.
So having the strength proportion of a spider, that kind of stuff. That's great, but the main factor of a spider
webbing
is natural webbing.
Right. Well, maybe we don't know. Maybe spiders have little web cartridges.
Oh, maybe they do. Maybe they sit in a lab and
that's right.
Listen to a freaking History Channel. I don't know. History Channel? What? But for me, when for instance, maybe I always bring this up. Right?
Yeah.
If Spider-Man, right? Let's compare and contrast, right?
Yeah.
Spider-Man with web shooters, fun, whatever, great, cool, whatever. Right, if he's in a intense fight, against, let's say, the Sinister Six.
I know where this is going.
I lost all my web cartridges.
Yeah,
how am I gonna? I used up the last of my web cartridges.
Right. So,
wait, guys, Doc, guys, let me go back to the lab, cook up some web. You guys go get a coffee, relax, chill. I'll be back in 35 minutes. 35 minutes comes around. Okay. All right, guys, let's get to it.
So,
versus organic webbing. Yes. You don't run out of it.
So, here's the thing.
So, you're not fucked.
Right.
Fucked. So, you're not fight. Jeez.
So, I heard this thing. Or not heard. So, like I said, the 94 Spider-Man series is what I was introduced to.
Right.
And when I was watching it as a kid and he's swinging around and all that, I thought it was just his power, right?
Exactly.
And then one episode he's falling or whatever and he's oh no, I'm out of webbing or whatever. And this happens anytime this happens in any of these shows, same thing happens, there's a moment when this happens in Spectacular Spider-Man where he's falling, he's oh no, I'm out of web fluid. And literally all he does is change it at the last second and do it. So it was just needless suspense. We could have done without that. Those 30 seconds of oh no, I'm gonna fall, and then psych.
Whoops.
It's come on. There was no.
Yeah.
There have been moments where Spider-Man's been fighting someone and they crush his web shooters, and now he can't use his webbing, and he can only use his.
Right. Then that's understandable.
Yeah, but my thing is, here's the only thing I will give as a point to the web shooters. There are several moments, especially in the early comics, where the way that he takes down, the way that he gets one up on Human Torch when they're fighting for the first time, is he infuses his webbing with some kind of liquid nitrogen or something, and makes it so his webs are now icy. So now they affect him.
Yeah.
And there's a thing where he basically beats Sandman by making his webbing into some kind of concrete that dries and makes
that hardens. Yeah.
So that's the only point where I can be okay, I get it.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I don't think you can really do that if his webbing is organic. But at the same time, I just prefer his webbing to be organic.
Well, so like, instead of having webbing that, like you said, that like concrete webbing or whatever, it's like
what would be your alternative? Because
so in a fight, like I would like if you don't have any specialized webbing, like wouldn't that and hopefully this is a good thing, but wouldn't you want to like figure out a way, like instead of I have freezing webs.
That is the way in a lot of those. Like
I guess,
yeah.
I
don't know. A lot of the early comics too, though, do things, and I fucking hate this, where like he can like turn his webs into like use his webbing as like a parachute or like use it as
how
there's like a moment where he like makes like a webbing baseball bat and like knocks back one of Human Torch's fireballs.
Right
now, I don't like shit like that.
Now I can understand like a ball of web
that he shoots or something.
No, just like he creates it.
Sure,
and he can hold it. Yeah, and I can understand that, but making a web parachute, like
I think
how are your webs going to like know how it's just like you like twist your wrists,
right?
It's just
I think all of that is stupid. But
we'll
get into that a bit more when I talk about my like version. But you go ahead with first.
So he starts in college.
Yeah.
Same thing as the Amazing Spider-Man. Right, goes lab, Oscorp, yada yada, gets bit. Wherever, doesn't really matter. Wrist, neck, he could get I don't know where.
Oh, where he gets bit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And so he goes back to his dorm.
It just
I mean, hey, that would do something.
Whew, God damn, yeah.
So he goes back to his dorm. He's feeling super unwell. Like he just wants to die. That's how bad he's feeling.
Right.
And so he decides, listen, I'm just gonna sleep it off. Maybe tomorrow or in a couple of hours if I wake up. When I wake up or whatever. Hopefully this will be gone. Whatever this is. And as he's sleeping, his body secretes a cocoon that he obviously is in. But in this cocoon, like nothing physically is happening to him. Like he's not mutating, right? Like Man Spider, like he's not.
Right.
It's just him. But as he's cocooned and as he's resting or whatever, he's obviously like getting the powers of a spider.
Right.
And so when he wakes up, he's still covered in this.
I have a question, teacher.
Yes.
Does he? I raised my hand for you can't see. Does
Mr. Verstappen.
Does he have Okay, real quick. Did your teachers call you by your first name or your last name?
Last name.
Most of mine called me by my first name, but I did have a few call me by my first name. Sorry, most of them called me by my first name, but there were a few that called us by our last name.
Yeah.
Anyway, not getting on a tangent about that. Just wanted to ask real quick. Does Peter have is he rooming with Harry or someone for this, or does he have a roommate, or how is he keeping this from everyone if he's in this cocoon?
So he applied for another roommate, but his application for said roommate is not denied, but it's just in waiting.
Or so his roommate just hasn't showed up yet.
Right. Yeah. Right.
All right.
So he essentially has his dorm to himself for the first week. Of classes.
Okay.
But then that's when Harry Osborn. He's like, hey, I'm Harry. Harry Osborn. Like, I was just at your guys' company on a trip, or blah blah. So he wakes up. He's still encased in this cocoon. He freaks out like any normal person would. So he tears it out.
Tries to get out. Yeah.
He tears out of the cocoon, and he kind of sits back up on his bed on the edge of his bed. Both of his hands are gripping his bed frame.
Yeah.
He's like, holy shit, that was terrifying, but I feel amazing right now. I gotta take a piss. And as he goes to get up, he can't. Oh, his fingers are stuck to exactly. He can't let go of his bed. And he's like, the hell? And he's trying to tear his hands. All of a sudden, again without knowing his newfound strength, he he rips his hands, but the bed crashes into the dorm next door.
Oh shit!
And people are like, oh, what the hell? What the hell just happened?
Yeah.
And he's like, ooh, this is really weird. And as like the week goes on, he like stuff is happening. Like more things are sticking to him. He can hear, like his spider senses are going off.
You're kind of almost playing up like the body horror aspect of it.
A little bit,
Okay.
Like he's sensing all these things, like in the original Raimi, like when that fly is flying, like his spider sense goes off and everything is like frozen,
Spider sense.
Yeah. His spider sense is going off. And he's like
all the stuff he's noticing.
Yeah. Like he's just getting
and the spitwad.
So my Peter Parker, he's just getting bombarded with everything.
Yeah, okay. Like sensory overload.
Yeah, extreme sensory overload. And so he doesn't go to class for the rest. Like he's like, okay, I'm not going to go to any classes until I can figure out something's wrong with me.
Yeah,
don't know what it is. And then like as the week progresses, he pieces like, okay, none of this started happening before I went on this trip.
Right.
Oscorp, let me go see, and he starts to find out like they're trying to do something. They're trying to do something with like spider DNA, like try to cure cancer, that kind of thing. And he finds out that they're creating genetically altered spiders.
Sure.
And he's like he's finding out like, okay, I have spider powers. Let me test them out. He gets organic webbing. Ain't gonna be none of this BS. Oh, let me build a device.
Yeah. No, I get it.
No. It's gonna be organic webbing.
I'm with you.
And so he's like he through his time going through school, all of these big crimes are coming up. All these so-called super villains are rising up there. They're kind of like
so-called.
Yeah, so they we can go do this and that and the other. But they like his future villains are like kind of running amok, and they're just like they're realizing that it's just a whole thing.
No, I just thought of a stupid joke.
Yeah,
amok, like the Pokemon.
That's right. So like he's figuring out, okay, like maybe if I have all of this super strength,
right?
If I can, climb, he realized he can, he found that he could climb walls. And he's thinking, if I can do all of these supernatural things that no one else can
supernatural
do.
Man.
Exactly. He's like, if I can do all of these things that no ordinary human can do, let me see if I can stop some of this crime. Let's see if I can provide my service, my gifts, my great power comes great responsibility. And so he dons the name Spider-Man, and his Spidey suit is I'm gonna take, because my favorite Spider-Man suit of all time is the Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit.
I get it. It's good.
I love that, but everything is good. Except the red is like the Tom Holland's new Spider-Man suit. Like his red is that red instead of like the dark muted red.
Yeah.
His is a more bright red. Like obviously like Tom Holland's. But yeah. So everything stays the same. The webbing, the lenses, everything. No moving lenses. I mean, it's cool. It's fun. But like I like the lenses as they are, right? In the ultimate the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Okay.
But the only thing I want to change about that suit is the red color. I want it to be like a more lively, again, like Tom Holland's Spider-Man, that kind of red. And he just goes on, and his first villain I'd want him to fight, I think, I would want him to fight Mysterio.
As his first villain?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think that's ever been done.
Yeah. Marvel comics. But yeah, no, that's what I would do, and then again, Harry Osborn, all that, they become like more than brothers. Like that's how close their friendship is.
They're fucking.
They're
gay for each other.
But like they're
like a yaoi fanfic.
But like they're such bros,
Mm-hmm.
They don't do everything together,
right,
but like
right.
they're yo, bro, how you feeling today? Like they're bros. And then something happens along the way in season 1,
sure,
where again all the stuff is happening, whatever, and then later on down the season, towards the end of season 1, Harry something happens in Harry's life to where he too wants to be able to save his loved ones, because Uncle Ben died. Uncle Ben died. And so Harry becomes the Green Goblin. But
before Norman?
Yes.
Okay.
But I want him to be an actual goblin.
Okay, how do you mean?
Like transfigured. Like
okay.
He looks like a goblin.
Okay.
Like no tech.
Okay.
No the Green Goblin suit.
Okay.
Like he looks like a goblin.
Mm.
Like the creepy, disgusting, hideous. Yeah. But obviously have the glider, but the classic glider.
Okay. Well, when you say classic glider.
Well, like the one where it's like all gray and it looks like a bat, kind of.
Oh, so you do know at least a little bit from the comic.
Yeah, like that glider.
Okay.
Yeah, but like as for him himself, he is a goblin.
So you know what you
like a disgusting, hideous, and even his voice is like.
Sure. Okay.
Like You
want to hear something really funny about the Green Goblin originally? His first glider was not even that gray glider from like the 60s.
Oh, really?
He rode a broom like a witch.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was so dumb.
The witch goblin.
Yeah. No, I really like that concept though. Did you have any more to go on with that?
Oh yes. And I don't think this has ever happened. I don't think this has ever happened. Norman Osborn in this universe is a good guy. Like he is a genuinely good guy. Like there's no he transforms into like the next goblin or what. No, he's
So in this universe, Harry is the goblin, but
yes.
Norman is just like
Yeah. And so Norman is like at this point in this, like I think like no, this is the last episode. The second to last episode of season 1, where Norman is in between Spider-Man and Green Goblin, and he knows that the Green Goblin is Harry.
Sure.
Like, he's like, son, like you need to stop. Like you're hurting innocent people. They're like. Come back to me, please.
How does he become the Green Goblin in this universe? In this reboot, if you will.
His mom dies.
Okay.
And he like his mom dies from a disease that could have been cured.
Okay.
I have no idea what the disease is, but the disease could have been cured. Like she could have been cured, but her people that were treating her, I guess. Something happened and they didn't. They decided to not do it because they thought it would like do something to her. It wouldn't like make her better.
Yeah, it would make her worse.
It would like speed up the dying, the death.
Yeah, sure, I get it.
And so but it's come to find out that the disease that his mom had could have been like there was a cure.
Goblinitis.
Yeah, exactly. Like there was a cure,
okay,
but they just didn't do it for whatever reason, and so he's like, oh yeah, I'll take this cure with like a serum from Oscorp, that was labeled like it could cure whatever disease.
Yeah.
So he combines it and he injects himself, and then that's when he gets transformed into.
So is it like an immediate thing, or does it like?
Oh, it's immediate. It's like he injects it. He injects it into himself, and like literally like a couple of minutes later, he's like disfiguring and. But he is a human. Like he's still like a human size.
Sure,
he's human size, but he's a guy.
I understand. Yeah.
And so again, Norman's like, Harry, I know it's you. Listen, what happened to your mother was terrible. They could have done it, but they didn't. They could have saved her, but they didn't. I know I want revenge on them too, but this is not the way. You're killing innocent people.
And what about like changing him back too?
Oh yeah, he's like there's things we can do in the lab. We can go through a bunch. We can go through like a lot of the process.
Yeah, we
can help you. We can get you to go back to how you were. He's like, I don't want to be cured. Something like that.
He's like, I finally have power.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, help. That's what they said about my
and basically it's like sure. I will basically kill anyone. That. Is like these doctors that aren't doing anything. So, like, basically get revenge against the people who know that they can help, but they don't help. Kind of. So it's kind of like, it's like kind of a noble, like, getting revenge against the people that they know they can help.
I would say like a sympathetic villain.
Right, yeah. And so he's like, no, I want to take revenge against anyone who was ever like these doctors that I killed.
He goes Luigi on there.
Yeah, for real, yeah. And
that's much worse.
And so like at this point, Goblin's like, I always hated you, Spider-Man. Blah blah this and your sense of justice or whatever. Now it's time for you to die.
Like you let people get away.
Right. You don't keep them down. You just put kind of like Batman.
Like
you just put them in prison.
A second chance.
Right. Yeah. Like you put them in prison, they come back. It's this whole thing.
Right.
And so this is where Harry as the Green Goblin. He's like, let's finish this. And at this point, Peter he's tried to like, hey Harry, like please let me help you. Right. He's tried to do that multiple times. Harry's like, no, I don't need your help. I don't want your help. I'm fine the way I am, kind of thing. And so at this point, Peter as Spider-Man is like, yeah, it is time to end this. Right. Like it's time to end you. Like this is what needs to happen.
We've come to a point where like I can't.
Exactly. So at this point, Green Goblin, Spider-Man, they charge at each other. And Norman gets in the way, and Spider-Man tries, like he sees this about to happen. He tries to grab Norman and basically throw him out of the way, but Harry is too fast on his glider, and he
kills his own dad.
Impales his dad. Yeah.
Do you know the real reason that supervillains, like why superheroes have like a no-kill code and why supervillains like aren't killed in media? Why? So they can keep coming back and they can make more stories. Like that's the real reason. That's why.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Because you see it with like all these movies. They're constantly having to reboot stuff because they're killing the villains all the time. Yeah. And it's like, yes, in real life that's what that's what would need to happen. Yeah. But in to keep a thing going and keep bringing this villain back, they gotta. It's like the real reason Batman's never gonna kill the Joker. That's the most popular villain. Like they would be stupid to actually let him kill him. It's like, no, we're gonna keep this guy around forever. Are you fucking kidding me? Like,
but yeah, and so like, so like, and like so like most stories and movies, like once the main villain kills whoever, family or whatever,
and this would be a show, by the way. Huh? This would be like a series.
And this, it'll have it's light times, lighthearted. Of course, it'll have humor, but it'll really delve into like the real dark, like this is what actually happens. Like there is no being resurrected. There is no like, oops. you did something bad, time to go to prison. No. It's like, okay, I've tried to help you multiple times. You don't want to be helped, or there is no helping you. So, I mean, the only thing to do now is to end you, kind of thing. So it's more, again, it has some lighthearted stuff, has a little bit of comedy, where each thing should have, but it's more gritty. It's more impactful. It's more. It has a more serious tone.
Right.
But
if this was on would it be like HBO?
It would have to go on HBO.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Sure,
Disney Plus couldn't. And no, I would not. I don't care how much money. Disney,
what about Netflix or Amazon Prime? You see what they do with The Boys.
I would allow Amazon to do like not really a spin-off, but like kind of like a Miles Morales type thing.
Okay.
Like there's like a follow-up.
You want HBO to do this one though?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, for sure.
All right.
But yeah, and so like, and in like a lot of stories, how like the villain kills like whoever's important to him, and they have this like little flicker of like. Oh, I just killed him, and then like I'm evil. I'm like they have this flicker of like they're still them inside.
Sure,
but then they revert back to like evil.
Sure.
No, this like he like Green Goblin kills Norman. Spider-Man's like, why did you do that? Who's your father? I always hated him.
Yeah, he just
like there's no remorse.
He just has like he's like severed his
humanity. He's gone. He is full Green Goblin. There's no
Harry Osborn.
There's no Harry Osborn ceases to exist.
Sure,
and he flies off, and Spider-Man he and instead of like chasing after him, he watches him fly off, and he's like, all right, it's time to end you. Like I tried to do it. This happened.
Yeah.
Should not have happened.
Right, yeah, killed his own father.
Next time I see you, Green Goblin, he doesn't address him as Harry Osborn. He says, next time I come across you, Green Goblin, or whenever I'm hunting you, you're dead.
Like when we meet again, I'm gonna
kill you. You're dead.
Yeah, no, I get it for sure.
And that's season 1.
All right. Oh, so it ends on that like cliffhanger.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then season 2, he meets For you, the audience, he meets Mary Jane.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. No, that's cool.
Except
what?
In season 2, Mary Jane becomes Black Cat.
Mary Jane's gonna become Black Cat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No.
Is she gonna stay Black Cat throughout the? Okay.
No.
So no Felicia Hardy, or is Felicia Hardy gonna be a different?
She may make an appearance.
Okay.
But
Mary Jane's gonna be Black Cat.
Right.
So eventually, like when I imagine at least they'll get together. Mm-hmm. Peter and MJ are gonna like be they're gonna be like a superhero team basically. Mm-hmm. She's gonna be Black Cat. He's gonna be,
there's gonna be no. What was this other guy's name? Paul. Yeah, there's gonna be no Paul or whatever.
That's so far into the lore. I mean, it's recent in the lore, but it's so far in the lore.
But yeah, that is my what would I call it though? Like, I'd call it Absolute Spider-Man.
Okay, so I just real quick, I'm gonna touch on that because it's funny you say Absolute. I'm sure you're familiar with the Absolute DC stuff they're doing.
Yeah.
I gotta say, and I think they're trying to do a similar thing to like the Ultimate Universe with Marvel, which they restarted the Ultimate Universe back in 24, but they already canceled it again. When they had Peter start as an adult and everything, he was married and had kids with Mary Jane and all that, with so many of us one. We're not getting into this. But basically, yeah, they ended that universe recently, and but DC has the Absolute Universe. Personally, I don't like it. For people that like it, more power to you. I don't like the designs of it. Well, okay, I like Zatanna's design. I'm okay with Wonder Woman and Superman's designs. I hate what they did to Batman. They made him a huge fucking, like a Hulk. We just recently saw what Green Arrow and Black Canary are going to look like. I do not like that at all. Green Arrow looks like a serial killer, and he's like a demented, like, skull-faced serial killer.
Oh,
yeah. And Black Canary, I mean, I'm gonna be real, like, she looks like a butch lesbian. I'm like, if that's what you're into, like, I have no problem with her being, like, more muscly or whatever, if people want that.
Right.
Personally, like, you know, Black Canary, for one, as you know, very much my type. So, like, I was introduced to her through the DCAU, so, like, that's what and most DC characters, mind you, so that's what I see these characters as and remember them as stuff. So it's similar to, like, the stuff I was saying before, where it's like, I don't like this take on these characters, but I'm not going to throw, like, a hissy fit online or whatever and be like, oh, they ruined these characters and they went woke or whatever. It's like, no, it's just like, it's a different take on these characters that I don't like. You know, it is what it is. It's fine. Same with, like, well, I will bitch about Ultimate Spider-Man and Spider-Man One More Day, but those are different. No, I actually really like your idea for rebooting Spider-Man. Mine, I feel like, is kind of boring. But and this is what I would love if they did for, like, Western superhero comics in general. Okay. Anime. Now, anime follows the manga pretty much to a T.
Okay.
Like, it might change a few things here and there, but for the most part, it has the same style, it has the same, it follows the same story, the same, like, plot, everything, right? Beat for beat. I want that with superheroes. I want my rendition of Spider-Man would be, now, yes, organic webbing, but other than that, following the comics, beat for beat, updating the style and the dialogue and stuff to make it more modern. Sure, people can have, like, smartphones or whatever. I don't care about any of that. They can do that stuff. But other than that, going through the comics of the character in order of release and everything,
right,
and in, like, a chronological order that makes sense, and just doing that. You have all this source material where all you have to do is take it and adapt it, instead of, let's take this from this arc and this from this arc and this and that.
Right.
And in the comics, for example, Peter was only in high school for, like, the first 11 or 12, well, okay, no, maybe 20 or so issues. So I would say, like, the first season. Okay. Maybe the first 2 seasons he'd be in high school. After that, he graduates, he moves to college, he meets, and I'm okay with him already being friends with, like, Harry and Gwen, but, you know, he also, I want him to be more of a regular person, also I want him to be have a bit more of a spine, like he did in the comics. He was kind of a dick at a lot of times in the early comics.
Okay.
And, like, some of the fights he got into with, like, Flash, for example, he was the instigator, you know, different things like that.
Really?
Yeah. Like, he was not this goody two-shoes that, like, we've known ever since the Raimi series.
Right.
You know, so, like, you know, I would make him more of, like, a regular guy. You know, and you know, I'm biased here, but, like, there are some things I would take from Spectacular Spider-Man. Like, I love the idea that he dates Liz for a while, and then he realizes that he has feelings for Gwen, and he gets with her instead. Because that's also real. That's a very real, like, realistic way that relationships can play out, right? Mm-hmm. And so he gets with Gwen, and then later, yes, eventually, of course, you know, Norman Osborn kills her, you know, drops her off the bridge, the whole thing, right? Peter gets with MJ and, you know, has his, you know, friendship with Harry, which, of course, goes sour because of the whole thing with the God, you know, all this stuff, right?
Right.
So, but you play through the way the comic played out. Now, there are also certain things, like, I'm not a big fan of, like, all, like, the crossover stuff. So I would prefer, like, I would prefer, like, all superheroes to be in their own universes, personally. But, you know, but I'm not opposed to him, like, meeting up, like, the Avengers and Fantastic Four and stuff here and there. I don't love the idea of him getting the black suit on Battleworld and all that. I do like the idea of it being a part of the, like, being on a ship that crashes, that John Jameson is on, and Spidey, like, saves him, and in the middle of saving him, he gets the the symbiote on his like on him and everything, and it takes him over and all that. But one of the things is like in the comics, originally, like the suit didn't make him more aggressive or anything. The suit, like the black suit, the reason that he didn't like wearing the black suit after some time was because it was like basically taking his body for a joyride at night. Ooh. And he realized that like this suit was wearing him more than he was wearing it. And so eventually got rid of it for that reason.
Okay.
You know, so like I would not. I think I would. I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't. So I really hate One More Day. I really fucking hate One More Day.
Okay.
But I don't know. Yeah. But I don't know how to get around it, because the thing is, Peter has this moment in the Civil War, which is a big moment in Marvel Comics, where he unveils to everybody that he is Peter Parker. That Spider-Man is Peter Parker. How do you undo that? You know? So, like, it's Mephisto undoing it with the whole, you know, your marriage never happened thing. Like, that kind of is the only way it makes sense, I feel. The other thing that I could say is maybe instead of just them maybe they just never get married. And instead, Mephisto is like, you know, I'll reset you being Spider-Man, like, but no one will know like what happened in the No Way Home, I want to say.
Right, yeah.
Where it's like, I'll make it so, like, the villains and everything don't know you're Spider-Man, but now no one knows you're Spider-Man anymore. So, like, what you're taking from this, and he has this moment with MJ, he's like, well, wait, so, like, what does that mean? It's like, you two, like, you will have never shared your secret with her, or, no, because that doesn't work, because she does know. Oh, man, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'd have to just bite the bullet and deal with One More Day. And deal with how it plays out. I'm trying to think of how else. I mean, I guess you could just have the whole bit where he just doesn't unveil his secret identity. But that change, I don't know. I don't know. Because there are a lot of good moments in that still, too. Like, for example, when he goes to beat up Kingpin within an inch of his life.
That's right.
In the
he
cell.
deserves it.
He 100%. You know, and just all these, like, I don't know, there are good moments with all that, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, but my ultimate, like, answer is to say, with Spider-Man and with comics in general, I wish superhero stuff would just start from the fucking beginning with the comics and adapt them going throughout all the years. No need to constantly reboot and change things. Just like, I want to see fucking Spider-Man and Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman and all these things. I want to see animated series that are as long as the fucking One Piece.
Oh, jeez.
Because that, like...
That One Piece might as well be multiple seasons instead of just one.
I can't believe that's all just one season. That's crazy. That's hilarious.
That's nuts.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. But yeah, I'd ultimately say something of that nature.
Okay,
yeah.
Very nice. It's not boring.
Oh, well, thank you.
No.
I thought it'd be boring because my ultimate answer is just stick to the comics, you know? Like,
no TV show or whatever is ever stuck to comics.
Fucking should.
Yeah. Hey, maybe my Peter and your Peter can meet. My Peter and your Peter can meet.
Yeah.
No.
And you know, what I'd call it is just The Amazing Spider-Man, because
there you go.
It would be The Amazing Spider-Man, you know?
Hey, there you go, man.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny you say that. That reminds me of a bit in one of the Spider-Verse comics, because it's like a series where it says, there's this bit where the panel has been taken out of context just because it's funny, where there's a bit where one of the Spider-Men, because, you know, there's a bunch of different Spider-Men, and one of them is like, oh god, Am I the racist Spider-Man? Yeah, no, that was fun. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, I'll tell you, I really like those ideas. I'll tell you what. For one, I'm very curious as to what, you guys listening, what you think of our ideas for that, as well. If you have any ideas yourself, for Spider-Man or any other like fictional series or whatever you'd like to see rebooted. And it doesn't even have to be a superhero thing.
No,
maybe you really like, I don't know, Friends or whatever, and you want to reboot that. Or...
I was literally just thinking that.
Yeah,
Friends
specifically.
Yeah,
I was originally thinking Drake and Josh, but I wanted to go with Friends because it's a more like. See, the thing though with like even Friends or Drake and Josh in it, I'd want a continuation. You know, I wouldn't want.
I would love that.
I know. Well, and there was a script written for like a pilot of a continuation of.
Drake's all for it.
Well, he wasn't for the one Josh wrote.
Ooh,
that one was so mean. It was so mean-spirited.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like a fuck you to the fans. It was because he was like really against. I will say, the subreddit of Drake and Josh. Okay, I don't want to get too much into all this, but like, all right, there was this video of these people like putting out like a house fire, and they were like trying to like throw buckets and stuff on it. And Josh made like a TikTok making fun of them. And it was like, that's fucked up, dude. Like, and there are people who are more and more kind of coming out being like, yeah, he seems like he's just an asshole. You know, there are people who are like, yeah. I don't, and I will say, you know, of course, massive bias for Drake, but I will say, the vibe that I always got whenever they talk, and so like even on the podcast and everything, is like, for lack of a better way to put this, it feels like Drake never like properly moved on, I guess, from Drake and Josh. Like, he really loves that, and he would love to go back to that and everything. And Josh is like, oh, I don't want to ever like deal with that again. Like, I have to because it's part of what people love me for and all that. But I don't really. I wish I didn't. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I don't know. I get this vibe where like okay, you know those people. Have you ever had a friend, or maybe been this friend, where like you're like, oh man, like, you know, you're my best friend, and they're thinking like, yeah, you're not my best friend though. You know what I mean? Like, it's not we're best friends; it's you really like being friends with, but I really don't. That's the kind of vibe I get with Drake. Where Drake's like, yeah, like we're buddies, and like we're talking, we're hanging out, like, and Josh is like, all right, like I don't really want to, like, yeah, I'll have you on my podcast, and I'll do this and that, and like we'll kind of like associate and everything, but like we're not, like I'm not, you know, really like. I don't really like you that. You know, that's the kind of vibe that I get. And same thing with like everyone else from the that everyone else is like, he doesn't really like the people. Like, I don't know. I just get the vibe that he I don't want to say like he's like above it all or whatever, but just, you know, he doesn't look back on like that stuff with like very fond memories. And so he's like, okay, Drake, Miranda, you know, Nancy, all you guys, you've had like the time of your lives, but for me, I was like the funny fat kid. Like, but here's the thing. But here's the thing, and I really appreciated this about Drake and Josh. Never once did they ever do anything making fun of Josh's weight. It didn't happen. It never happened. Yeah. They made fun of his awkwardness. They made fun of his like being like a spaz or like really goofy or whatever.
I feel like making fun of his weight would have been like the point to where, oh, okay, this is a little.
Well, I think it was something too where like everyone else just realized like, yeah, we don't need to do that.
Yeah,
you know, they were just like, for one, that's not funny. You know, like there's nothing funny about that. But also like, why would we do that to him? You know, like he, you know, So I think those are. Because, you know, even the bit where, like, I always thought it was weird growing up how, like, with the addiction episode, where Drake was addicted to junk food and Josh was addicted to video games, I always thought, wouldn't it make more sense if Josh was addicted to junk food, considering he's the fat one, right? But, you know, they didn't go that direct. You know, they never went in any direction that, like, made fun of his weight or anything. I don't think anyone... I feel like for him it was more of a self-inflicted thing than it was, like, anyone like made him feel bad about you know, his weight or anything else. But anyway, I don't know, I would like to see a reboot of that show, and we can talk about that on another episode if you want. But
yeah, man.
I don't. Not a reboot, a continuation. But same with Friends. Yeah, that'd be cool too.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Matthew Perry is no longer with us, so they wouldn't. They have
Rest in peace.
Come up with some reason as to why Chandler is no longer around. But you know,
I mean, maybe they would like have him like die off screen in the show.
Well, there was a show years ago called Eight Simple Rules, which was based off the book Eight Simple Rules for Dating My Teenage Daughter. And it was it had John Ritter as the dad originally, but John Ritter passed away in the middle of the show, and he wasn't replaced, but like the character that went in to like kind of take up the mantle after, they didn't do like this is him now, like we're not mentioning it or whatever. They acknowledged, like they made his death part of the character of the show. Yeah, like they had an episode where like the wife just like had this whole broken down moment where she's grieving. Like there's a point where her mother's even telling her, she's like, it's all part of God's plan. And she's like, everyone always say that. I'm so sick of God's plan. Like why would he take him away from me and all that, and all that stuff, and like real ways people grieve, right? Yeah. And it was there are instances where you can like where people have worked that stuff into a show before, like that kind of thing. Yeah. Because obviously you can't show them dying because they're dead in real life, Yeah. But that's just kind of how that works. Yeah. But I mean, it could be done. It for sure could be done. But with all that said, I wanted to kind of get into it. But before we end, we do have a few other fun questions that you had like brought up. You've been doing this thing in our group chat,
yes,
where you do like a different kind of question every day, and you want to do it all 7 days now. You say, where it's like
your brains flow.
It was like Mad Monday or something, or Monday Madness.
So it's Madness Monday. Okay. Madness Monday.
Like Terrific Tuesday or something? Terrible Tuesday?
Yeah. Tuesday. Madness Monday, Terrible Tuesday, Wild Wednesday.
Right.
Weird. So Madness Monday, Terrible Tuesday, Weird Wednesday. I think Terrific Thursday.
Thrilling Thursday.
Thrilling Thursday, yeah. There we go. Fun Friday.
Silly Saturday.
Silly Saturday and Sexy Sunday.
Right. So you didn't do Silly Saturday. You just like officially started this week.
Right.
So, last episode we talked about a few things that you had asked us in the chat. What were the I wanted to go through those same questions that we went through this week. I'll talk about those on the podcast here and also see what our audience would answer to these questions. Like, what was Madness Monday or Monday Madness? What was that question?
Oh gosh.
Do you remember?
Oh, it was.
You should start writing this down too.
Yeah, but no, it was crazy. It was So the question for Madness Monday was: the universe is dying.
This is that. Okay, go on.
Yeah. So the universe is dying. Mm-hmm. Like everything, everything in creation is going to die. Everything's going to end. But you are able to save the universe. But the thing is, in order to save the universe, you would have to get rid, and by get rid, you would have to kill one family member. Who would you choose? And if you would want to save the universe. So that was that. Yeah. So that was Madness Monday. Terrible Tuesday.
Wait, we gotta answer it though.
I'll get rid of. I would probably choose one of my cousins that I never talk to. We never are in touch at all.
Yeah,
she probably doesn't even know I exist, to be honest. So Yeah,
it'd be funny if she like finds this podcast somehow on like a whim and is like, "Oh, Jordan, don't we have like a Jordan?" Well, Jim got your last name though, so
yeah. I get a call from a random over. Yeah, Jordan, this is
you're gonna kill me.
It was just a freaking
It's just a fun thought experiment.
Yeah.
So like, because my answer with this is, I mean, I would choose an older person who's pretty much on their way out, who is a family member of mine that also I'm not close with, and I would give them an early exit on life.
Yeah.
What was so curious what you guys how you respond to that. What is your Tuesday? I remember Terrible Tuesday. So okay, correct me if I get this wrong, but I believe Terrible Tuesday was like if you could choose between I guess not if you choose. Like, would you rather for the rest of your life be in solitary confinement or be homeless? And I am choosing homeless on that all day because solitary confinement is fucking torture.
Yeah, I would choose homeless.
Homelessness as well. Yeah.
I love Logan. I love Logan's answer. Hey man, if I had, I'd be the best homeless man ever. I'd find the best spot. I'm like, oh man.
He'd grind homeless.
I'd grind. Yeah.
He'd be a Sigma homeless.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I'm curious what you guys think about that. Weird Wednesday. This was a fun one. It was like one of your hands
go
ahead.
So on whatever hand you want to choose, each of your four fingers and your thumb have the ability to produce any liquid in the world.
Like shoot it out.
Or just like do like whatever, just like shoot it out or do whatever with
leak it, whatever.
Yeah. So your four fingers and your one thumb, you are able to produce any liquid in the world. One of the liquids has to be from one of your fingers and your thumb.
Yeah.
What liquid would you choose, and which either four fingers or thumb would you assign the liquid to?
Do you remember what your answers were?
Yes, I do.
What were they?
So my thumb would be gasoline.
Okay.
Because listen, I can just pull off the side of the road.
Gasoline.
So I just pull off the side of the road. I would stick my thumb in my gas tank.
Yeah.
And I'd fill up my gas I'd fill up my car with gas.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when my car would be filled up with gas, the right amount, a tingle would go through my finger, and that would
let you know it's done.
That would let me know
it's
done. Obviously the normal stuff.
Right.
So my thumb would be gasoline. My finger or my pointer finger would be water because. Come on now, it's water.
You do earth, fire, and air for the others.
That's right. So gasoline would be for my thumb. Water would be for my pointer finger.
Mm-hmm.
My middle finger would be Bang energy drink.
Right. Okay. Okay. Can you like magically choose whatever flavor you want?
So every day it's a different flavor.
Okay, magically.
So like let's say one day.
Random?
Yeah. So one day I'm drinking my middle finger, right? I'm drinking from my middle finger.
You're just drinking. Hey, what?
Yeah,
what the fuck you do, dude?
Yeah. And then so one day it's blue raspberry flavored. Then tomorrow it's gonna be cherry limeade.
Okay.
So like each day is a different flavor.
Sure. Yeah.
I think there's quite a few. So it's not like I only have 4 flavors. But yeah, so my thumb would be gasoline, my pointer finger would be water, my middle finger would be Bang energy drink, and then my ring finger would also be something delicious. I'm a huge fan of mango juice, like pure mango. It is literally like in the world of Percy Jackson, it is nectar of the gods.
Oh, it's like okay.
Oh, it's so delicious.
Ooh, wouldn't you rather have nectar of the gods, or does it have to be real?
So nectar of the gods in Percy Jackson, it is specific to whoever drinks it. So to Percy,
it's like the perfect flavor to you.
Well, so it could be anything tasty. So like to Percy, it is so when he drinks Nectar of the Gods, and so you can only drink a small bit of Nectar of the Gods. If you chug it, like you can't drink a lot of it, otherwise you'll combust and
wow.
So to him, liquid Nectar of the Gods tastes like his mom's cookies, but in liquid form.
Okay, that's okay.
So with Nectar of the Gods, it would taste different to everyone.
Sure.
We got gasoline, water, Bang energy drink, mango juice, and for defense, if I ever need to fend off someone, my pinky could shoot out liquid nitrogen. And
your pinky.
My pinky.
I guess you can kind of aim that.
Sure. Yeah. So yeah, those are my 5 liquids.
Okay.
That I would assign to.
From your right hand or left hand?
Oh, left hand.
Okay.
Because if I have them on my right hand, if I'm doing, because I primarily do everything in my life with my right hand.
Me too.
Just my right side in general. Yeah. Like, what if I accidentally activate one of the liquids? What if I accidentally shoot gas at a friend's face if I'm shaking their hand, right? Mm-hmm. Then I got gas in my face.
Okay, so it's funny you say that because I was thinking about this where so one of my I guess caveats would be you have full control and cannot accidentally shoot any of this.
Right.
That's one of my things for this. And what I would say, these are my answers. And now that I think about it, concrete might not be bad either, but then you gotta pave it over to make it actual, so no, I wouldn't. But I would say water in my thumb. Right hand, by the way. Water in my thumb. Acid in my pointer finger.
Okay.
And liquid nitrogen is cool. I could see that as well, right? But yeah. Middle finger would be. One of them, and maybe middle finger for me was this. Basically, like a liquid, like a food replacement.
Okay.
Oh no. Middle. Yeah. Okay. Ring finger. No. Wait. Middle finger is. I wanted to go with lube. Ring finger would be a meal replacement, and pinky finger would be iced tea. It's always sweet iced tea,
right?
With 0 calories. Yeah, those would be what I would go with.
Okay.
I feel like it was a little different when I originally said it, but that's what I'm thinking of now. Then again, curious to what your answers would be for that. What was that was weird Wednesday. So then we have 2 more. Thrilling Thursday. I don't remember what was Thrilling Thursday. It was 2 days ago, but
I don't remember either. It's in the group chat somewhere.
God damn it. Do you remember Fridays? While I try to find
Fun Friday. What was Fun Friday? Oh man.
That's the long chat.
Fun Friday. What was Fun Friday? It was
I just remembered something else we were going to talk about.
I don't know what was in Fun Friday. Yeah, I'm going to have to start writing these down.
You are.
Yeah.
You are. Especially if we're going to talk about them on the podcast. So,
yeah.
It would have been the 19th and the
Fun Friday
18th. Or 19th and 20th. So let me find
I have no idea what was for Fun Friday.
No, that was a different one. Wait, what is this?
Fun Friday. I think it had something to do with paint. No.
Oh, here, let me. No, that was the one that you scrapped.
Yeah, that was a scrapped idea. Gosh, Fun Friday. It wasn't paint. No, that was scratched. I remember the first.
Oh, it was the alien thing.
Oh yeah.
If 3 aliens came to you and offered you to like go with them,
explore the universe.
And you're like always going to be like the physical self that you are now. You're going to be that when you come back. You're not going to age. Would you take? You have and there's like 100% guarantee they're good. They're not like trying to lure you.
Oh yeah, they like there's no doubts. Like no, they are good.
Right.
They're very kind, peaceful, friendly, funny. All the good stuff. They are.
Yeah.
But yeah, so 3 aliens, like stereotypical, take me here. They approach you and they ask you a simple question. Do you want to come with us to explore the universe? Mm-hmm. Now, you have 2 options. One, you could say no, and they would be totally fine. They'd be like, okay, we'll go find someone else, or we'll go on our merry little way, and life goes on, right? Nothing happens, everything's good. Or you could say yes. And the thing with that is, if you say yes, then, again, yes, you will go with them, you'll explore the universe, and its vastness. But here's the thing. You are guaranteed to come back to Earth, but you have no idea when you're going to go back to Earth, and they're not going to tell you when they're bringing you back to Earth. Mm-hmm. So you may be gone, right? Let's say you may be gone 3 weeks, right? And they bring you back to Earth after 3 weeks. Or before you could be gone for like 52 years, mm-hmm. and again you have no idea when they're going to bring you back, and they won't tell you when they're going to bring you back.
Right.
So, do you take it or do you not take it?
Yeah, and I'm saying for this, I'm gonna take it.
And the good thing is, like, you may meet other life forms.
Right. Yeah, I'm hoping it's going to be like Star Trek or something where you get to go through the world and experience new cultures and peoples and that would be
humanoid
enough, right? But
that would be, to me, the second greatest opportunity of a lifetime you could ever go on.
If this opportunity comes up and you don't take it, like, I don't think it's likely.
It won't happen again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's literally a one-time thing, lightning in a bottle. Mm-hmm. So you said yes because you could meet other life forms. Mm-hmm. Ones like Starfire.
Hell yeah, Tim Remakes. Let's go.
And again, you will see things,
or like that blue chick in the Chris Pine Star Trek movie. Or
try it.
Was she blue or green?
Blue.
I thought she was blue. She might have been green. I don't remember.
Well,
you know the one I'm talking about.
Yeah. And so, like, yeah, you can...
Or Gamora. There are plenty of other...
Yeah. Again, these good things, you could meet other life forms.
Yeah.
You can experience, like, their lifestyle, their cultures, right. You can eat their food, all these things. And, dude, you could see things no other human will ever see in any lifetime. You could see... stars die and stars be created, reborn.
Ooh, you could see,
cool, yeah. You could see you could literally see things no one ever in the history of the universe would ever see.
And if possible, it would be really cool to bring back like knowledge that you have and be like, all right, let's like you figure out like, oh, actually the cure to cancer is like really fucking easy or something else.
Right? Yeah, that.
Like, so let's just.
Or like you 4 could come across a highly advanced civilization where like
a utopia.
Oh, dude.
They have like complete world peace.
Literally perfect.
I'm like, bro, all right, how did you do world peace? Well, let's do it.
Literally perfect in every aspect of everything.
Yeah,
you could see all of these things that, again, like I said, I'll emphasize it. You will see things no other human in any lifetime will ever see.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's, and again, and hey, when you come back, and I said this through.
But it's like, would you believe me?
Well,
like how would you get this information out? Would people believe you? I think it'd be better to like you come back with the information and it's just like all of a sudden like, oh, this new guy like is doing whatever, But
right. Although for me, if I would like. Like, let's say the government comes to you like, hey.
Right, exactly.
I would be like, nah. Because y'all are going to F this up in some way.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
I feel that. Yeah, I feel that.
But yeah, so like you come back and I'm like, bro, tell me
everything. Yeah.
Everything.
If you're still alive.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. If you do come back,
I could not come back for like 1,000 years or 100 or 1,000 years or something.
And listen, if you did come back, let's say 120 years later, you would still be you.
Right.
Like how you look right now.
No one else would.
No. I'd be like, oh, you're finally back.
I'd have to make new friends, find new love.
Yeah, man.
Just my parents would be gone. Like everyone would.
Yeah. That would be lonely.
Yeah. Oh, I'd just be starting over. I'd just have to find new people. I could do it.
So you said yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Me, I'm such a family guy.
Lucky he's a family guy.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I'm such a family guy. I'm not like a dad. I'm not like a mama's, but like none of that stuff. But I do care about my family. I want them in my life. So even though
loser, who cares about their family?
Loser, that's funny. But no, like even though you would be, man, you would see things you will only see.
Right.
Like no one else will ever see in any lifetime.
Right.
On Earth. Like that's beyond words.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, and here's the thing.
No
one's gonna know. Like like all of a sudden one day, I'm like, where's Christian? Like he just disappeared. Like you would just disappear to other people.
Right.
So so I would just be gone. And so I would miss my family dearly.
Right.
And I would want them, to like be in my life and all that kind of stuff. So again, even though that'd be an opportunity of a lifetime, just because of my love for family, and I would miss them a lot, and I would get very lonely. Like even though I have these 3 alien, they're nice, they're friendly, I'd get lonely. Like, where's my family? Where's my friend? Like,
yeah, because I mean, for me, like honestly, it's the same as like if someone came to me and they were like, basically, something happened where they were like, all right, we're gonna make all your dreams come true, but you have to like move to like this other state or other country or something. Yeah. They're like, all right, bet. Let's do it. And in that instance, and even if they were like, you can never speak to like the people that you love again or anything, like shit. So I'm like completely. So I'm like, fuck. All right, I don't like that part, but
no,
I do want to follow my dreams. So
there you go. But yeah, no, I would after much thinking, after much thinking and debating with myself, I would ultimately say no.
You would say no?
I would.
Oh wow.
I would. Right. Again, opportunity of a lifetime.
Yeah, man.
But I'm such
a family guy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like
I get it.
Yeah. So, but again. Hopefully you come back within our lifetime, and I'll be like, again, tell me.
Yeah.
Like,
to me, it's one
you were gone, where were you? You'd be like, well, I was traveling the universe with 3 very nice aliens. I'd be like, really?
To me, it's one of those things where it's like if you told me that happened, and I didn't take, bro, what the fuck? I was like, why didn't you, why didn't you take, it's crazy. So yeah, but I understand the mentality though, for sure.
Yeah.
Hopefully they go to someone else and eventually they can get some human to come with them on this incredible journey. They're not just like, all right, I guess Earth is doomed.
That's right.
But that's the thing too, if they come and they're like, we believe you are the only one who can learn our travel this learning stuff. We want to, learn about everything before. The Earth is on a time clock; it doesn't know.
Oof.
You can save it by coming with us.
Oh, then I'd say yes.
Yeah, okay.
Then I would very quickly say, Mom, Dad, friends, family, I'm going to be on this trip. And I will be gone for a long time, but I will come back. Don't worry.
Fair enough. So,
and then they would just have to. Okay, cool.
What if it's okay? So, I'm going to use an example here, but what if for whatever reason you can't, like, the show's leaving or whatever, like, for whatever reason you have no time to tell anyone goodbye? Because I liken this a little bit to, correct me if I'm wrong about like how this story goes, but I believe that like when Jesus came to the disciples in the in the Bible, there were moments where he would be like, where people would be like, oh, let me like say goodbye to like my brother or my wife or whatever, and he was like, no, like, you either come with me now or like you can't say goodbye to him, basically.
I don't think so.
Wasn't there something like that? Where,
no.
Okay, I thought there was someone where at least one person where he had, not like everyone, but I think there were people.
I mean, there were some of the disciples that were like, well, yeah,
of course
I'm just going to go with you.
Yeah.
And then like they didn't really tell their family members, but there were some that were like, hey, by the way, I'm going to be traveling with Jesus for 3 years.
Yeah. Which,
so
it's an interesting thought, because at the time, like, they probably thought they were crazy, because they're like,
aren't you going to be living on the road?
What is that? Yeah. Like, who? Like, because he wasn't Jesus as we know him now. He was, they were like, you're traveling with some like homeless rabbi.
Yeah, he was a rabbi. Yeah,
they were nomads, kind of, weren't they? They like stayed with people. They didn't really like have a
kind of,
because I don't think they had like they didn't live in like a specific.
No, they're like on the road.
Yeah, they were on the road. That's what I mean.
And then like if they came across like. Or not if, when they did come across like
people let them
towns and villages and cities, then they would
they
would live
in
that place for a time.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, so they were like traveling. Yeah,
that's okay. So cool. So we're opposed to so then not the like planets on the like you're gonna say the planet or whatever, just the adventure of a lifetime. Audience, would you take it? Would you not? Let us know.
And just to make this clear, the spaceship you're on.
Yeah.
So actually, let me.
He's adding more.
No. This has always been like part of the.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Yeah. So on the spaceship, these aliens, these nice friendly aliens, they already know the mannerisms, the like the ways of humans.
Sure.
So like
there's no language barrier.
Exactly. So if you're like, hey, I need to like do this, and then they're not gonna
brush up on my Glorkian.
Yeah. Like, hey, I need to do this, and they're not gonna be like, oh, what's that? No, okay. So they already know everything about humans, our mannerisms, our cultural lifestyles, all that kind of stuff, and like on the ship, like there's food, obviously. Food that you can eat. Yeah. There's shower, bed. There's everything you would need.
Yeah, it's going to be a comfortable time. I get it. Yeah.
Right.
No, yeah. I mean I would take it. That's incredible.
Okay.
But all right. And then what was? Do you remember what Fun Friday was this time?
I have no idea.
All right, I will.
Looking through the archives.
I'll listen to that one.
But
well, I'll tell you one thing. I found something, kind of a would you rather thing. Would you rather $2 billion instantly or $1 that doubles every day?
$1 that doubles every day.
I think you originally said $2 billion. No, you said $1.
Yeah.
So did I. Yeah. And I did the math, and I found after 2 months, you already have like over $1 billion. Like, it's crazy. It's an insane amount.
Oh yeah.
Fun Friday. Okay. I remember now. It was, what would a personified version of each of the 4 seasons look like?
That's right.
And
which one would you be friends with?
Oh, did you ask that part too? Which one would you be friends with?
Yeah. So if the seasons, winter, fall, spring, summer, were personified into a human being, which one of them would you be friends with, and why?
Okay. So here's the thing.
Well, I don't think I put why, but just which one of them would you be friends with?
What I did was I made a male and female version of each of these. And hands up, I used
Pure Cinema.
Pure Cinema. I used AI. I used a Gemini to make images. But that's like my go-to image creation thing. I made like basically a hot woman and a hot man version of each of them. that still fit within like the vibe of the season and all that. And I do not know which I would choose. I think
which one was the girl wearing the blouse or the skirt? Was that
was spring?
Fall. I would.
You mean this one?
Yeah,
yeah.
I would be friends with her.
You'd be friends with her.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
and also the spring guy too.
I was gonna say there's also
yeah.
So like, I'm gonna be real. Like, I would want to date and or hook up with like any of the girls.
Oh, okay.
Well, summer yes, but all of them.
Okay.
So I guess I'd want to be all of them, and then I'd probably want to be friends with all the dudes. I feel like the winter one is the most like intimidating, but he might be really chill. I don't know. He might be really cool.
Cool.
No pun intended.
That was me slapping my knee.
I do like. I mean, I don't know. I like them all. I made them all to be. Like, I literally said, like, I put, like, generate generate an image of, like, a sexy woman, like, in the summer, and then I would say, like, turn it into a man with the same aesthetic, and it would do that. And then, like, I gave, like, the summer girl, like a yellow bikini, and then the guys in, like, yellow trunks, and so on, like, spring girls in, like, a white, flowy dress kind of thing. And the dude, I will say, like, they almost have like kind of cult clothing kind of vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're both in all white. Yeah, and but then like the winter girls in all white too. The winter dude's actually in all dark gray. And then we get the. Yeah. Anyway.
No.
I don't know. I don't know which one I'd want to be. You know. Because, like, I'd want to be, I guess, friends with benefits with all the girls.
No.
Like, I'm not going to lie.
So, I will say this.
Yeah.
I have never said this kind of thing before on the pod.
Oh, no.
But, my boy,
I
need to go take a piss. Like, I've been crossing my legs for, like, 20 minutes now.
We're gonna, you guys it won't affect anything if you guys listening. But I'm gonna pause the recorder real quick and we'll be back in a minute. All right, we're back after that little hike. Again, you know, that little intermission didn't affect you guys at all. It's literally like a second from me hitting the pause recording button to the play recording, or like continue recording button, but, you know, it was a bit of a, you know, a little bit of time for us. Okay, so, yeah, with the versions of the, like the summer, fall, winter, spring characters that I made.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know. I guess spring would probably be or fall, either spring or fall. Maybe summer. When I don't know. I'm only thinking because like, you know, summer's probably going to be very like outdoorsy. I want to go to the beach and all that stuff. Winter is going to be, you know, very cold, which, you know, I like, but maybe winter would be better. I don't know. I don't know. I can't really pick. What about you? What would they? I guess what would they look like, and who would you be friends with, or date, or who
I mean, you got pretty down to us.
What they look like.
Yeah.
Okay, so you would agree with that.
I would get with.
Okay. So then, for the audience, basically the way I made everyone look. So for summer, we have a tanned blonde woman on the beach. I think she's got like a margarita. In a yellow bikini with one of those like mesh, like white kind of skirt things wrapped around her. And we have a male version, which is a dude in the same vibe, tan, dirty blonde hair, and yellow trunks. Still got there with martini. For spring, we have a pretty, I guess you could say, fair-skinned redhead woman. Curly hair, has some bit of curl, which I did not ask it to do, but got a bit of curl to it. And she is in a loose white dress, I guess you could say.
Right.
And then the male version of that is a same vibe, red hair, curly red hair, a little bit of stubble, very, very light stubble. All white outfit, brown shoes, it looks like. I think the redhead, the woman's barefoot. Which again, I did not ask you to do. Oh no, he's barefoot too. It's just the shade looked like he had shoes on. No, they're both barefoot. And then for winter, The woman is wearing all white. She's in like a sweater and got a scarf and a jacket. No, she doesn't have a scarf. She's like got a sweater and a vest or a jacket. Maybe that is. Yeah, it's a jacket and a like white leggings with grayish brownish boots with fur. Boots with the fur.
That's right. Boots with the fur.
She's very white with like icy blue eyes, very white hair, and snow on the hair, and then there's snow all around, of course. Okay. And then the man. Well, you saw these images.
Yeah.
And then the man is he's got like a short, I guess kind of like my hairstyle a little bit. Very very fair skin, very very light stubble, icy blue eyes. White as can be, just like the girl. And he's got like a gray fur coat with a charcoal, like more of a charcoal, I guess, charcoal coat with a charcoal sweater and pants and boots and all that. And then for fall, the female version is I'd say she's got like a light tan brunette with I said brunette, long hair, burgundy kind of sweater shirt thing, and a tan jacket, kind of not a trench coat, but it's almost like it's like a long jacket. It goes down to like her knees. Jeans and blue jeans and a brown boots, walking through like the fall, right? And then the male version of that is again a dude, kind of with a similar hairstyle to me, I'd say. Which I did not tell any of those guys to like have. I didn't tell it for the guys to have my hairstyle. But I guess what I have now is pretty common, which is cool. And he's got like a dark green, almost gray sweater with a gray, more of a fleece jacket that goes down to his knees, blue jeans and brown boots as well. And he's also got, actually, you know what? He has a little bit more stubble than the other guys. A little bit lighter than mine, I'd say, but actually might be the same level as mine. I'm not sure. But regardless, that is the guys and the girls, though that's what the seasons are personified, as I have laid out here. So, with that in mind, who would you want to hang out with or date or whatever?
You said the girl with the white blouse was in Spring.
It's in our chat, but
the Spring. I would
go with her.
Yeah.
I would. Her? You want to date her? What do you want to
date her?
Okay.
And be good friends with the guy counterpart.
So you really like Spring here?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Fair dues. I get that. Makes sense. And with that in mind, again, of course, curious to what you guys think. What would your, answers be? And then, what's the other thing? Okay, so for the next one we had Silly Saturday today.
Yes.
What was the question? Do you remember?
So the Silly Saturday question was this. If you could be a legitimate energy drink, which energy drink would you be, and what flavor would you be? Oh yeah. And
I said Mountain Dew Rehab. Either the traditional, like the tea flavor, or the like pink lemonade tea flavor. And why? Because tea, I think, like I really like tea, and I think it suits me, and I think that vibe of Mountain Dew Monster suits me.
Okay.
And if not the regular tea one, then I think the pink lemonade, pink lemon tea one suits me as well. So
okay.
How about you?
I would be the ghost. The ghost,
not the goat.
No, I could be the goat. But no, I would be the ghost energy drink. And then there's this delicious, which it's so good, but it is called
Nectar of the Gods.
Oh, it's so good. It is called Cherry Limeade. And and a little side thing, for the longest time, I was trying to figure out like it tastes different from other like ghosts that I've had, and I've come to the realization that it tastes this cherry limeade flavor specifically tastes like it tastes like soda than an energy drink for some odd reason. But I would be a Ghost energy drink, and my flavor would be blueberry limeade. I feel like that would be a pretty distinctive and delicious flavor. So
blueberry. Okay, well there you go. Those are our answers for those questions. Yes. Really curious as to what any of you guys how you'd answer those questions. As well, curious as to what you think about any of the other things we talked about.
Right.
Yeah, let me know. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below. That's pretty much it. That's really all I got.
Yeah.
Any closing words for our audience tonight?
Just stay safe out there. Stay hip. Stay fresh. And be humble. And with that out of the way, I just want to say, stay fresh, Pookie. Stay fresh.